Last session, we finished salvaging. Hang on. Last session, we finished going through the Fiortinaro's computers and files and salvaging what could be extracted and decrypted and uncorrupted before the files would never again give up their mysteries. The computers would never again give up their mysteries, and we also did an extra week of salvage. Had a birthday party for Hartman in the dark, and examined the Union ships out there with their interesting find, just enough to recognize that they were going to be good for at least a week with the way Union operates. It has been a couple of weeks since that session, and so details are scant, but all the details, all the lore has been dumped in the discussion channel and is available for you guys to see there. Bring us into screen. And there we are. Alright, so that is where we left off, is you guys had finished up salvaging for a week. You had a bunch of new lore and information that you recovered from the Fiortinaru about the ultimate fall of the Muron system, what killed all the ships out here, why there's a ship graveyard, something called condensers, a effective portal between this space, real space, and the infraworld, or this world and the infraworld, which is separate from metaspace. As well as information on military contracts between the Mu and Terran Mandate, and a bit into the culture of the Mu and their interactions with these entities. Someone jokingly pointed out, hey, that's why Jackal's got a gun that says, in case of entity. Well, not Jackal, Elise.
And then we realized it probably is.
Yeah, it literally will be that, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You guys are still in the Fiortinaru, and you had rolled higher than you had reached the threshold to get one of the boons in your salvage when you rolled that plus 80% on the art collections, and so we're gonna start off with that. That gives you a pre-tech. The options left available are computation and amp. Now I was going to start some music. And so between those two pre-tech component types, you actually get to choose which of those you want first.
Which did you say, computer or amp?
Mm-hmm.
Probably computer. We have 2 amp and we only need 1 to fix the ship, but we don't have enough computer to fix the ship yet.
Okay.
Okay, so
So I think if we get to pick between those, it's computing to.
Yep.
That'll finish off the computer. We need to finish the ship.
For your first find, you do get to pick. The subsequent rolls are random.
yeah, I'm on board with that plan.
All right. You will need to make a fix check. The difficulty is only 10. I think it's technically possible for Doug to fail that, just not likely.
Go on, fix.
You do have +1 on the roll.
All right. Sorry, well, fix it.
What was that, Knox? Oh,
Authority 2.
Is my yeah? Okay, yeah, I'm working.
Okay, yeah.
thought we remembered that doesn't affect PCs.
That's the NPCs.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. You are correct.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
My
That
my
would
mic
be
is
nice
working, right?
otherwise.
Yep.
Just imagine
Oh, good.
Das rolling
Can
out
y'all hear me?
ridiculous
Yes, I can.
program check.
Okay.
Sorry, I
about
thought you
myself.
were mumbling to yourself, Meowkin.
No, I kind of was at one point. Then I'm like, wait, no one's responding to my mumbles. Sorry. So
Gee,
Fix
I
it,
wonder
right?
why.
Yeah. Int fix, yeah. All right. That
Never
gets
know.
you the computing. And funny enough, all that's left now are amps, so I don't even have to roll. The Fear Tenero has given up its last computing. And knowing that the data in these computers is completely corrupted now, that having accessed it in the way that you did, using kind of for these computers, effectively alien power source, it wasn't the right amperage or whatever computers use, voltage, it wasn't the right voltage. There were some components that could be salvaged. One of which was a bit of computing that just kind of helped with a lot of the research calculations in that condenser data. They had little flex joints, little wires and stuff installed all throughout their research lab, and you're able to collect enough of them in a kind of little circuit nanobots form, that you've got a computing tech component.
Nice.
You can roll to try and collect the amps that are still available on the ship. The difficulty is 12 for the next roll.
How much extra time does that have us spending? Is it particularly long per or?
No, this is effectively happening during the salvage, the week that you spend the salvaging already.
The week it's salvaged.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyone want to attempt to help on this one, some form or fashion?
I doubt I'll be able to roll big enough to.
This is something that an
Programmatic
NPC could
help.
try to help with.
That works.
I mean, presumably the help attempt's not gonna, we're not running any extra risk by doing it. It's just a chance of doing that.
Yeah.
Bonus.
Let me make sure I gave Chishin. Oh, Chishin hasn't been promoted yet. For some reason, I was thinking she had. However, if nobody else does want to help, then Chishin could certainly try and help.
Might as well, right?
Yep. And she would get the +1 from authority.
What's the overall bonus there?
So that gives her an overall +3.
Okay.
Nox, you want to roll for Chishin?
I can try. I'm on phone again.
Oh, okay. Nope, don't worry about it. Someone
The
else.
only thing that I was able to open was Elise's character sheet.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll have someone else roll it. So Ginja, Ellie, or Viral. I suppose I could also include Jackal.
Chishin?
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's just skilled.
Yes. Skill, skilled, and then where it comes to modifier, just type 1.
+1, yeah.
Not +1, just 1. Yep. Oh, wow.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Damn.
All right, you get a +1.
We absolutely take those. Shit, I'm starting to think we should have just got Chishin to do the roll.
Nah. Doug's got another +1 on top of.
On top of his already formidable scores, yes.
Yeah, that is always the problem
Wow.
of rolling what's
I mean,
effectively
on
a
top
fixed
of
check,
Jishin.
but for the assist.
Yeah. I mean, on top of what Jishin's got, so +2 over that roll.
Yeah.
Or
Could've been
-1.
fun.
There we go. See, we take those.
Yep.
All right.
A little more comfortable having that +1. I would have barely scraped that bottom of that.
All right.
That's an amp.
That's an amp, and there's one more opportunity after that at difficulty 14. For any assist checks on this one, let's get somebody that's not rolling fix. I went brain dead and just went straight to, hey, technician, help. But let's make better use of the what's it called, the
Right.
assist, and let somebody who use their non-fix skill.
Yeah.
So what does an amp even do, by the way?
There's nothing specific that they do. It's just that if there's a
We'll find
pre-tech
something to
mod
do
that
with it.
you want to make, or a mod that you want to make, and amping up energy seems like it would fit the pre-tech needs, then that's what the amp does.
Ah, I see. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, speaking of which, let me go ahead and advance my mods by a week.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, I guess on the assist thing, Das could do maybe an int sneak or something to get into somewhere that's less accessible for everyone else.
That works.
To get into a better position and tell Doug where he can cut or drill so that he's not damaging sensitive components.
Yeah.
Sure. Is not going to give him a bonus though.
Yeah.
I don't believe Dash has used for reroll through
I
this
don't
week,
think so. Yeah.
Don't
so
think
it's available to you, and this is the end of the
And
scene.
that is a 5 on the dice. So
Yeah.
yeah, I
level,
think it's
yeah.
worth it.
Yeah.
That
Still
is
a 5.
also a 5 on the dice.
Also, 5 on the dice.
Are they in the same order though?
They're different dice.
All right.
Oh,
Fix.
It was
Is this,
2 and
so
3,
this is for
and now
another
it's 1 and
amp.
4.
It's for another
I
amp,
like
yeah.
an amp. You could justify an amp for an infinite magazine, right? I guess infinite magazine's not that. Well,
I'd go
Got
with
a rocket
materials
launcher.
for Infinite Magazine.
Yeah. Just trying to think what we could use the amp for, though.
I'll think of something.
Unlimited
Yeah,
battery.
I think we'll need to come up with something. Well, so here's the thing. I don't need pre-tech for unlimited battery.
Mm,
So there's not really any other official one. I guess phasing, possibly.
Do you
That's the only
remember?
other. That's the only other official one, or like only other one that's on the the modding screen that actually takes 2 pre-tech.
you can
Do you
also look at
remember-
ship mods.
Yeah, need to look at those
Yeah.
too.
Do you remember that we might come up with something narrative that we want to use pre-tech for that is not in the book?
Yeah, I mean, well, it takes me time to do the mod. It takes me plenty of time to do the mods, anyways. So
Oh
we're
man.
not just. Oh wow. Oh well, now we've got 4 amps.
I guess you didn't need the +1. Yeah, we've got a ton of amps, and we need 1.
4 amps. Yeah, we only need 1. So we have 3 amps that we don't have that we don't need for repairs.
Okay.
I do think that Russian pre-tech collection, because it was like the hardest bottleneck of fixing the ship, is paying off.
Yeah, I think we've got everything for.
As
No,
it-
we still need materials. 1 material.
Yeah, we need a materials, a meta space, and a conversion, I believe.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah, because you had the thing there of what we need, which probably could do with updating the computing that we got.
I
Need to
had
come
to
off
give you.
that. No, I mean the you've got the total needed and then minus what we have.
Yeah, what we
And
have.
You haven't updated the minus what we have.
Oh, I forgot what that meant. To be honest with you.
Yeah, that's like what we're missing to fix the ship.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh god,
How do
did
you say
Doug
they
think
get
that?
off that?
Did Doug think that what we're missing is what we have?
No,
No. There's
No, I
like
just
three
forgot what we
different
have
choices.
was, so I didn't update the what we have.
Okay.
Minus what we have. Yeah, in fact, actually, I should actually just use the word.
I believe you, Doug.
Oh, wait, no. Still needed probably makes more sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, my notes. I confused myself with the way I put my note.
Played yourself.
Played myself, yes.
Definitely done that on more than one occasion. Come back to a note weeks or months later. I'm like, what the heck is this?
Mm.
Internal reactor, that's 6 components, so it'd only be down to 5. I guess part of the problem too with some of the Starship mods is, they take components per whole class. It's really expensive on a cruiser.
Yeah. It's really expensive on a cruiser, absolutely. All right. So you guys have spent the week salvaging here with the expectation, I believe, that you were going to probably take off. Not Knox, 119 had correctly gauged and correctly assessed that Union probably wouldn't leave their item of interest because of Union protocols, and he was correct. Union has not left that.
Hmm.
Somebody give me a int program check. Somebody who's been watching the sensors specifically.
Gee, I wonder.
I think
Although
that's
I
gonna be
finished-
Das.
In fairness, Das was doing int sneak things during the salvaging.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know if that was taking all of her time.
No, it definitely wasn't.
I'm joking.
I'm guessing this is not hacking.
This is not hacking.
16.
Okay. Very good.
16 on 2d6 is pretty good, yeah.
And so, you have all this data, and oh, I did not pin it at all. I'll go through pinning it real quick. And you have the Fiertinero in front of you, still ostensibly good for scrapping. If you just want to keep farming it for parts, it would be more difficult. Because you've already taken a few parts, and it's just harder to access certain locations. There's obstructions in the way, things that slow down your collection. In other words, the friction goes up.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can decide that you've got enough from the Fiertinero and make your way out of Muron off to somewhere else. We didn't have this discussion at the end of last session, which is an oops on my part, but basically this is me asking, what are you guys doing next?
So I think that before we make any decisions, this is where, if you check text roleplay, this is when we're making this decision, is probably round about when Percy's ping would go through to the rest of the team.
Oh yeah. It's actually a very good prompt for your next action.
The question being, who comes to Percy first and goes, okay, what the fuck are you on?
Yeah. What have you been smoking and how did you get it on the ship?
Okay, first of all, pain medication, but
Yeah. You are actually getting near to your mod
Getting-
cap, including the Raza
getting up
mods.
Of course, I actually have two that I can. Probably the concealed bolter's probably not too important.
But yeah, okay. So is anyone actually gonna ask Percy what the hell? I assume am I still in the red bay decks?
Oh, right, text.
No, you. I believe you're cleared, and
Okay.
as long as Ellie agrees that Riley would clear him, I'm telling Ellie that yeah, he's fine now.
Temptation to say no, but yeah, he's fine.
I know you were tempted to say no. I know it.
Look, I want to. Riley wouldn't though.
Mhm.
Dang, Riley's not petty.
She's petty, but this is professional.
Okay, I've just edited that last message to add meet me at the bridge, and Percy is wandering up that way.
All right. Fantastic. Call to action. You guys have been called to meet on the bridge.
Vague clanging noises on various walls on the way to the bridge.
Okay, so we know that Das is here. But yeah, so does anyone come?
Now the bridge is one place that Dash cannot get into through vents.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't really go into the target room via vents generally anyway.
That's fair. That's fair.
She's probably found that doing that tends to weird people out. So
A
she
little bit.
exits into a hallway not far away, just like round the corner, and then enters the room normally.
Okay.
All right. Who else is joining Percy and Das on the bridge?
119 will be there.
All right.
Mhm.
What about Elise? Jacqueline, if you've been speaking, we can't hear you.
Isn't that lovely?
I was wondering, cause
Yeah.
You know what the issue is? I will hit the mute on my microphone, and the mute, it's red, but it looks
oh,
green.
oh no.
So if I forget
Uh-oh.
it, I just look over. It's the same fucking color.
Oh no.
That is unfortunate. Yeah.
Uh,
Is your microphone green when it's not muted?
it's supposed to be red. I know it's supposed to be red. It just can't identify the red.
Okay.
But yeah, I will go along with everyone to the bridge. You'll be keeping yeah, exactly.
Was there anything of interest that you've said while muted?
I don't think so.
Okay, fair enough. How about Doug? Is he going along? And Riley?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
I'll just go ahead and move Riley in there.
Yeah, screw it. If she wasn't there, then we can fill her in later.
I was gonna feed my cat a little bit early.
All right. Percy has called a meeting.
Percy's just finished a sandwich as everyone arrives. Give me a moment.
I call this meeting. Is there an imposter among us?
Oh no.
Okay, so
To get Ivan the reference.
So
Yeah.
First of all, thank you all for coming. So in light of the stuff that we discovered from the data logs that we got from the Furton row, like I don't know if we've actually suggested it as a serious course of action. I'm not sure, but there was some talk of like, this is too big for us. Should we get Union involved? And Demon actually said something interesting to me, right? Not related to this specifically. I was talking to him about something unrelated, and he pointed out that this is going to sound like a real tangent, but bear with me. But he pointed out that the sort of like unity that we have as a group, like cohesion, is similar to what Union themselves have actually. And he's brought up the point that it seems like it wasn't really Union we were going after so much before, so much as Spectre Star and Mercure, which we presumably had valid reasons to go against. We know Porcelain had hard reasons to go against them, but that's not important right now. My thought is, if it wasn't Union that we were at war with so much before, then obviously we don't want to like give an inch to Spectre Star or Mercure. But maybe it is worth leaving copies of all the data that we got here, just so that they can approach it from a different angle with different resources.
Leave
And then
copies of what data?
the stuff that we got from the Fortinero,
Hmm.
that's you said that the systems were pretty much fried on the way out, so they wouldn't have been able to get it themselves.
Yeah.
But there's these hints about the entities and the black ships, and sounds like serious shit, and it's not something we can exactly investigate while, running for our lives.
True. But also, some of it is stuff we could use
Right, so we don't leave all of
if
it.
Union comes knocking.
So we
Maybe
sell the
instead of leaving them everything, leave them hints.
yeah, like we
Leave
take
leave them the bits that don't hurt our position. I think.
and then just make a big flare of signals on the way out so that they follow that. Come here, go, oh shit, what's this? Maybe they'll even find something we missed.
Do we sign it? Do we sort of put an identifier on of who left
That-
it? I mean,
that's-
I'm not suggesting we put Raza, but do we put something that we
That-
can then later say this was us?
That's exactly what I was wondering. Except I was wondering, do we actually put Raza on it so that they realise how serious we are?
I think they'd think we were copycats if we put Raza.
That's a point, huh?
Realistically, we caught their. We pretty much caught their. Are we able to leave without them noticing us leaving at this point, or I'm pretty sure they're gonna would be able to notice us leave at this point, right?
It's going to be difficult, but you're currently hidden and you have the emissions dampers, so you'll be able to attempt it.
Okay. So it's not guaranteed that they'll know that that was the Raza that just left this ship.
Correct.
Yeah, and I do think I do still like the idea of staying hidden until we're back up to full strength, and then come back in with a bang.
Yeah.
Because like we're pretty much there on pre-tech. We need a few more parts, but we can get parts in various places.
Okay, so we could sign it as like your old enemy or something. Although even if we weren't really Union's enemy so much as the other two.
Well, if we're saying we weren't really so much Union's enemy, we could sign it a friend.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
You know,
an unexpected friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unexpected
I
ally?
mean, I'm thinking kind of more we sign it with something specific.
Yeah, it should be something
we
very
can
specific
tie
so
to
you
us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't really give it anything to our identity, but it would still be like, the only way they would like a code word essentially. A code name.
A code word, something where they don't know who it is, but if we later say, "Oh, by the way, we are X," it's unlikely enough that that is effectively sufficient proof that it was actually us.
Especially if they keep it secret, because then how would anyone have known about the code word?
Yes.
Yeah, so are we on board with leaving the pertinent bits of information for them to find? Do we mind giving up the Fortinero like that? We've got a lot of stuff out of here.
I think we're pretty much. I mean, we've got the data here, right? So effectively, everything else we could get elsewhere. There's nothing left here that is only here.
Yeah.
So I think so. Yeah.
We just
I feel like there might be better ways
we
of
don't have the
broadcasting
manpower
it.
and time to truly exhaust
Exactly. We've got the unique things. We don't have the manpower to do it properly,
And we are also on
and we have just got a big
Union.
bright beacon that Union's going to be on pretty soon.
Yeah.
So
Let me interrupt here real quick. Nox?
I feel like there are better ways to disseminate the information, but for the life of me, I can't figure out what they would be.
Okay, if you think there's a better way, that
This
we can think about it.
information, like the information that we are going to cut out to be pushed to other people, to Union specifically, I feel could be used. Could be disseminated everywhere. Because the message is overall one of be wary.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess
I
I'll
do
just-
think the condenser data we should keep.
absolutely.
Only us.
But
The
yeah, I guess
entities I'm 50-50 on, the rest I'm completely fine with leaving a copy.
Anything technical.
I
I
don't
would say
think
we
most.
can-
I think we should only leave a small portion. I don't think we should leave any significant amount. I think we should just drop
Yeah.
drop a hint.
Hmm.
Especially considering some of that data is very actually, the specifics of the data is pretty valuable. I think.
Hmm.
yeah, so just the vague strokes. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Whereas, if you just give them like the big picture of things, then
Yeah.
we're not
It's like,
hurting our own value.
Yeah, so like if we leave the big picture and maybe some specific keywords for them to look into, just in case, so that they can go, okay, yeah, that's related. If they see it,
Hmm.
like say you're looking at thing A, which looks kind of similar to this, and then you look at thing X 2 years later, and it has a keyword from our copy of thing A. If we don't give them that keyword, they won't realize that thing A and thing X are connected.
Hmm.
Let me get clarification from you. Currently, you're talking about trying to leave incomplete information that at the moment they can't do anything with except be interested in, unless they find another source of corroborating information elsewhere. But it's information. It's a selection of information that you can later be that corroboration and give them the full picture. Is that a good summarization?
I'd say so. Like
I think part of it as well is it sounds like sort of putting the skeleton in there.
yeah,
So like
yeah,
not necessarily the full thing, but the skeleton of it. So that
Yeah,
if
like-
they find something later that even if it doesn't come from us that would connect, they know that it connects.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like
It also
the
kind of primes us to work with them in the future without
Yeah, so
committing
like-
us to do that.
it's like the skeleton.
we are not
Like-
doing it.
It's like the skeleton with outlines where the organs should be, and we hold on to the organs.
Mm.
I don't know if I like phrasing it that way.
Shame.
Don't worry, Guru approves. Okay. Is this something that you want to do? Is anybody
Yeah.
opposed to this?
The Union an enemy, even if the rest of us don't.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, we should probably side with Elise on this one, actually. If Elise expresses that concern, Douglas is all behind it, because that's a very good point. Mr. Jack is absolutely trying to kill Elise.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Mr. Jack represents Union. So that means Union is an enemy to Elise.
Yeah.
That's a very strong argument. We should probably support our friends. It's also actually, it will be a lot simpler overall if we just keep all this for ourselves, and because we can always share it later. Only benefit of leaving a crumb here is it would kind of like be I don't know, something where it would like let them connect that this is where we got the information from, right? I don't know if that's necessarily that important that we do that anyways.
It's like a calling card.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like leaving a calling card, but I don't know there's really much benefit to leaving the calling card.
March is huge. We could bring it to Cassian and see what we can do from there.
We did consider that last time, I think, and
Yeah.
I don't
I
think we
think
were.
we-
opposed to it at all?
Well, we just I don't think we want to go immediately back to March yet. Probably
No,
gotta
we
heat there.
loop around at some point.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah. And also, I'm also not certain. I'm a little iffy on going all in with Cassian. You're already worked pretty heavily with him.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't know why you'd be hesitant. He is an upstanding man of outstanding character.
Okay, but we know exactly what shady business he's into.
That's true. But yeah, I do think like there's nothing to stop us from selling it in different directions, you know? Hell, it might be better if we sell it to different people. More angles of approach, more people interested, more people concerned even.
Okay, so right now it sounds like you're more of the mind to not leave the data.
Yeah, I think we'll hold on to it for. I guess we can hold on to it for now and just sell it off later. But had to raise the point, you know.
Yeah, no, I thought it was fair, but yeah, I think Elise's arguments against it carries a lot of weight.
Yeah, no, I know.
So,
I know how badly things went the last time I disagreed and collaborated with someone who was originally trying to kill her. Not making that mistake again.
I don't know if I raised a valid point other than fuck those guys.
I mean, you
yeah, but
convinced us,
it called to mind that right, Union was trying to kill Elise.
Yeah.
I think we all like, right, that.
Right, yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
I can't believe that slipped our minds. Oh, Union's not an enemy.
Yeah, out of character, I forget that Dima is a white idealist, and by that I mean he is not a hard and space pirate.
Also, here's one thought I have about Dima's perspective on it is he's been part of the Union for a while. He may be a little bit biased.
That's true. I did consider that as well.
That's entirely a possibility.
Yeah.
Even if he is exploiting Union's policy for life insurance.
Yeah.
So his family still gets life insurance, right? Well, I guess I don't know if we really confirmed if that actually worked out the way we planned it, but you know.
He is pretty confident that it has, and it's basically called family welfare or some kind of welfare. But yeah.
So you died working for a Union.
Yeah, it's kind of like survivor's benefits for the whole family.
Survivor's benefits, except nobody died in the first place.
Mm-hmm. That definitely would be a bad thing for Union to discover. Not that I needed to say that, just putting it out there.
It would be bad. Yeah, so it would be pretty bad for Dima's family.
It's fine. They will assume that he doesn't have legs.
Got sure they'll never recognize him with legs.
It changes his entire genetic profile.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they just need to take blood out of his legs and go, oh, by the way.
Yes, where you classically collect. I mean, I'm pretty sure his legs are still like. I don't know how realistic are his legs? Would his legs pass visual inspection as
No, I think he got the obvious cyber legs.
Yeah. So that they'd probably realize something's up if they try to take a sample from his leg.
Yeah, they definitely would.
But yeah, so I guess we're rolling out without leaving them any breadcrumbs.
Okay. Give me just one moment here. I could have sworn I had typed something, and I can't find it. So that's disappointing.
Grim.
Those messages. Well, while I'm searching for this, Jackal, did you have any questions about the rings of data that got collected on the last session there?
Other than what maybe specifically was on there, because I don't think I know what's on the data.
I did pin them in discussion.
Okay.
There's quite a lot there. Sorry. But the broad strokes of it are that there's data on the entities, or at least observational data on the entities, and confirmation of what Elise experienced when you guys fought that space zombie. The flash of light that only Elise could see with her eyes, but that no recording equipment picked up, is an observation. Entities have no interaction with known physics, but can be seen by humans and some other-sided creatures.
Okay.
A little bit of discussion on other types of entities. There was historical data that was describing the attempts to terraform planets in this system and their utter failure, as you see the outcome of in chunks of planet floating through space. The very real threat that Shakul, the one remaining planet, represents, as it is full of the dust. And the important thing for you guys is that there is enough historical landmark and like geodata about the planets that if you were able to identify certain structures on asteroids or planet chunks flying around, you may be able to identify valuable facilities where they were doing pre-tech research and work. The culture data is summarized by basically they lived alongside the entities. They are all throughout the media, and those little ghost beans are kind of a depiction of them. And the military data, all about how the Terran Mandate sold condenser technology to, sold condenser technology, and how the Mood developed an early military relationship with the entities. Actually, I think that was the trade data that sold it, but whatever. It's one of the same. It's information that you had. And then the condenser data. I don't know if I actually ever made you guys roll the skill checks. I'm just going to assume that you succeeded on them. Because I think I just copy pasted without editing. I really don't remember making you roll the skill checks.
I know we rolled skill checks to get the data.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I vaguely remember seeing the.
I think I was getting it without drawing more heat, right?
And then thinking, were there supposed to be checks there?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there's like
right now.
a valuable 1.3 million to anyone trying to move ships quickly. So I guess I would still make you roll the skill checks to identify that. You as players know it's there, but the characters have not made those connections yet. And the one that might be of most interest to you guys is that the condenser data seems to have some reference to the device that you have. I do want those skill checks to be made by someone who is looking into that, because I also know that I've got it in my notes. You guys wanted to test that device again.
Yes, we did, but then Jackal wasn't here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we didn't want to do that without you here, Jackal. Well, I didn't want to do that without you here because Elise plays a fairly big role in that, and I didn't want to NPC her
Yeah.
through it.
Yeah. Well, if we don't have Elise, we're at risk of TPKs, right? So we need Elise.
Elise was your early warning signal.
Yep. Yep.
That she is.
So, yep.
I like
That.
what's
Go ahead.
it called, the canary right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't want to phrase it that way, but since you mention it,
Yeah. Since you mention it. Yeah.
If it's accurate, it's accurate.
yeah.
Oh, I think I know where the thing that I was looking for was typed. It was typed in Discord, and I decided that the timing was not right for it at the time that I typed it. Well, bugger. That does mean that it's not anywhere I can copy paste from.
Mm.
All right. Well, so what do you want to do then? Where are you going next?
Hmm.
Do you want to spend another week here, Salvagin?
No, I think we're ready to move on with the risk of Union floating about.
Okay.
Mm.
I think they were
We can go-
interested in
Do
a
you think
direction.
somewhere we
but
can
not
go
enough.
to get another? I'm gonna say, is there anywhere we can go and hide out long enough to finish applying repairs to another one of the cannons, and then maybe get a UIS?
That's a thought.
Yeah.
I mean, then we'd have plural teeth.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yes.
thinking. Yeah.
Yes,
Two
we're
teeth
running
still
on
teeth.
a tooth.
Okay.
Yeah. Currently, we've only got a tooth, and we're told to show up there when we have teeth.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
I might be taking it too literally, but
We might, but yeah.
in which case, pull up the. I also really want to get the info drive, but I don't think we're
Yeah,
still
same.
waiting for. I think we're still waiting for a solid lead on that still. Let me see.
I th-
We're
Let me-
Miran.
I think we threw that. I think we threw that at Cassian, hoping that he would, like, be able to figure it out or find a lead at least.
Well, you know at least where it went, as far as
Yeah.
planet and organization. It was taken to Union.
Right. But we don't have a better lead than that.
Right. You don't know where it might be being researched. So there's, or possible directions. You've got the infra drive, try and get a better lead. And you got Shinobu to go see what's up with that whole situation. You do have the location, but not rudders to Onalao. And if you get a better pilot than Natario, you may be able to make that jump. Actually, I should just type these instead of writing them.
Mm. That is an interesting question, Nox.
That is a good question. At 25,000 credits a day, how long will it take? Let's see, hang on. Believe that's 500 spare parts a day. How long will it take
3 weeks.
Okay. How long is it going to take you to get to UIS from here?
We can't repair while we're in metaspace, right?
On the move, yeah. I think
You
that's
can't
weird.
repair the drive. It will let you repair other things while in metaspace.
Oh, that's neat.
Oh, and I think
Awesome.
I also said the big cannon cannot be repaired in metaspace because it does interact with metaspace itself.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, makes
Anything
sense.
that interacts with metaspace, you can't repair.
While in
Mm,
metaspace.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Are you saying the regular cannons, the phase charge cannons, don't?
I don't believe they do. Look at the Raza again.
Anyways, aside from that, assuming like UI, we don't have three hex rudders are not readily available, right? You have to go out of your way to get those.
No, you can try and get those from a place that would have them. You want me to move you over to the map page?
Okay, I pulled it up myself
Okay.
on the lecture slot number.
Yeah, well, let's have the map.
But, like,
and then we can
Technically, we
I'll be
could
looking at
jump.
it.
Technically, we could jump from Miran to Arabiolis in the UIS space,
Mm,
which would be the
yeah, but we almost certainly don't have routers for that, and then
right.
finding them, and so probably we instead of that we'd be looking at something
This would
like
be a
that.
good point. This is definitely a good case that we, especially if we're going to get if we ever get our drive to 6, we definitely need a
Hopefully.
better pilot.
Yeah, I think we might.
Natario is a fine pilot, but that starship piloting is not what she learned on. And you can definitely get someone
Yeah.
that's
Wow,
capable
and
of drilling better.
Drills are a whole other thing. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Drilling is a whole other skill.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if we could get a training or something in preparation for the drive upgrade. Mechanically, an NPC upgrade.
Well, here's the problem. There's absolutely not going to be any rudders for those jumps.
That's true.
So I don't
Right.
think anyone like a couple months of training is not going to make a person that can competently do that. You need someone that basically that's their specialty.
Assuming we'll have it fixed in a couple of months. I like the optimism.
I would say, best case scenario. I mean, like I said, I think it's something you need years to train in.
Yeah, no, I get your point.
Yeah.
And I don't think we're gonna cover several years in this campaign, but I don't know. Maybe we'll do a farming arc on Moana.
I can kind of tell you that a couple of years is not a good idea for you.
Mm.
That doesn't sound vaguely ominous in this.
I don't know why it
Yeah.
would. It's obviously he just doesn't want to do large downtime sequences.
Yeah, guys, this isn't a slice of life simulator.
It is something I like. What was it? That was a Lord of the Rings take on 5e. Rules, like a rule set for that. I actually had like a fellowship phase
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. Like basically the way it laid out campaigns, and you do this. You have a travel section. You have a destination. What happens at the destination? Then you have like a fellowship phase, which is basically like the characters take a couple years off, or I think it's supposed to be 1 year off, like as an official phase of the game. Which I thought was kind of interesting to mechanically enforce the passage of a year.
I still just don't like it when those kinds of phases are built into the game. I feel like that's something that should be more discretionary. If you guys do take a couple of years off, I'll absolutely allow it, and it doesn't have to be a phase, doesn't have to be forced, and
Yeah.
But
I think it fit I think it really fit for Lord of the Rings there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's about this single epic journey.
Yeah. I'm absolutely more of a rules, get out of my way kind of GM. Stop telling me what to do, I will do it myself.
Anywho, we've got a lot of ideas, but we don't really have any direction yet, do we?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to type up here.
I
Okay.
think I
Go ahead.
think that heading somewhere where we can get a gun fixed is probably a good plan. Like, I don't think there's really much that can go wrong with having more protection.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna half-ass what I've already typed so that you've got it up there in front of you. Those
Nice.
are the basic things you have sitting in front of you.
Mhm.
And you can always implicit on the list of what you can do is find ruins, explore ruins.
Mhm.
If
Yeah.
you need specific type of pre-tech component for the next thing that you want to repair or something that you want to build, you can always try and hunt down stories or data that would point to a lost pre-tech research site or pre-tech technology equipment site.
Yeah.
Scavenge that.
I think we're probably good for.
Unless we really want to press for the emergency drill activation, right? Let me see. What do we?
Which we're gonna need. We're gonna need that one part A, aren't we? The infodrive. Are there
Yeah. Well,
really?
the emergency drill activation mod is separate from the infodrive.
Like, but
Materials, matter space.
I thought it was like built into the infodrive or something, so you can't have one without the other.
Pretty sure it's separate. The emergency drill activation is separate from the infodrive completely.
Dex.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. In that case, yeah, change of plans. Emergency drill activation.
Actually,
Let
I
me
guess we do actually have the materials for that already.
let me be
It's just-
specific that it's the infodrive that is separate from any other mods, does not require any other mods, but does require drive 6. So that's the dependency there.
Okay, remind me what the infodrive is specifically.
The infodrive is supposedly something that allowed the Raza to just teleport from system to system.
Right, I thought that was the emergency drill activation, just like pew, emergency activate out into an all place.
The emergency drill activation allows you to attempt a spike drill in any location in space, but that is just activating a spike drill where you are instead of at the edge of the system, whereas the infodrive is just teleporting.
Okay,
There's
right, that
no
makes sense.
metadimensional travel with the infodrive.
That makes sense. I mean, infodrive itself doesn't make sense, but the connection makes sense.
Yeah.
Actually, how many parts was the? No. We need a lot of parts for the engine.
Oh yeah, we need a ton of parts.
Mm.
I think it's like 60,000 or something for the whole ship.
Something like that.
About something like 40,000 of which is guns.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the. Yeah, 20,000 parts for the rating 6. Okay, so we don't even have enough right now.
Yeah.
We have the pre-tech for it. We don't have enough spare parts.
Yeah.
Um.
We need what is it? 20 for the drive, 10 for each of the cannons is another 20 on those, and 22 and a half for the big gun.
So the emergency drill activation, that should be pretty much just snap and done, right? And that's
that's just pre-tech.
It doesn't take any spare parts.
Yeah, and repairing it doesn't even really take a considerable amount of time. It's already been installed. I also realized as I was listening to the last episode, last session, that I told you it would only take the final week of Riley's like time frame to make that mod, and realized, oh wait, it's a fixed 3 mod, so it should take 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So your initial comments about it taking some time to build were correct. I forgot that mods take time based on their level.
Yeah. But also, I had, let me see, half with the an assistant.
Right. Yes. And do you have an assistant guaranteed?
I made sure I got a tech.
Yeah, it's a good hire.
But also, I also had Das as an assistant. But yeah, Das wants to do other things, I'm sure. Did Riley decide that they're gonna have a conversation with Elise when I mentioned? Oh, maybe don't mention the knife thing to Elise.
What knife thing?
Nothing.
Oh,
I don't know if
okay.
Riley remembers that.
I'll just go back to my MRE.
They are named.
Yeah, I guess Douglas kind of mentions it in person, in passing to Elise in the galley. Like, hey, did Riley ever talk to you about the knife thing? No, oh, don't worry about it. Yeah, from last session. Well, your knife thing, and then I mentioned something about Elise having a thing about knives, and then I said don't.
Yeah, no, I hadn't gotten to that between sessions, but I can go to Elise to ask about the knife thing. You know, if there's time.
By the end of the session, if no one objects, or sometime later. Maybe during the break, I'll detract the things to repair that.
Okay.
Makes sense. But yeah, I do think the emergency drill activation is a good thing for us to aim for.
Well, I'm saying we have it repaired now.
Then we might as well
As
repair it.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna be opposed, but unless it comes up, I don't think it'll come up before a break. But if it does, you can say we repaired it, right?
Yeah. And I am very curious as well to go and check out what's going on in UIS until we hear back from Cassian in case there's anything about the info drive. So it would be nice to get another gun working now that we have the stuff for that, so we can go over this safely.
Yeah.
What sort of funds do we have? We don't really have many funds since we
Especially if we've got the emergency drill activation as well, because that means if we do get into a fight that's too much,
yeah, we can just bounce.
We can just leave.
Yeah. Yeah, we hit them with the haha no emergency door activation and we're safe.
I wonder if there's. Is there a way we can kind of combine, say, spare parts with finding a new, recruiting a drill pilot?
That's an idea. What are you thinking there?
I mean, Halau's does. I mean, you mentioned that for. I know that's talking about buying them, but that's the mercenary swarm, right?
Yeah, that's Holo is. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, absolutely.
I say it may also be. I think that'd be a good place to inquire about pilots looking for a job, right?
It would, yeah. Or looking for
also, it's just a good place to really get information.
It really is.
Right.
Yeah.
That is true. That is true.
It's a little far out of our way, but I think that's fine. It's like that gives us, assuming we can repair while we're in metaspace, that gives us time to apply the spare parts that we do have.
Yeah.
We have stuff to potentially sell as well. I don't know how valuable we can get, what we can get for it there, but the data. I think the data was supposed to value what we got, but we got.
It was, yeah.
I'm gonna guess artwork is not probably very valuable there.
Yeah. Do it. Huh. I was gonna say, do we want to swing by March to see if we can make some sales, but we want it to cool down. But then there's nothing.
Yeah,
still. From... Just stopping it briefly,
I mean, we could trade elsewhere. We probably might get a decent deal at Shinobu, right?
Yeah,
Decent,
we can
yeah,
try.
but decent, sure. March caliber, not so sure.
Yeah, but I mean, we can also just hold on to it for a while.
True, I suppose, yeah.
I mean, March was March the one where it's like double trade.
March is the one that's double
So
trade,
the-
yes.
Yeah, we'd get a ridiculously good deal there
Mm.
then. Because yeah, Das's trade is now 3, so double trade is 6.
But we're
Nice.
still, but well, I mean, to trade there, it's at least 3 days, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that's not really pop in and out. I mean, I guess out of character, it can feel like that, but we're still there for a day on the
Yeah, we're
number of
still there
days.
for quite a bit.
You are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's fine. We'll stop by there again later then.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm happy to go to the mercenary swarm. Was it you mentioned, Yokin?
Yeah, hello, which is due straight up from us,
Yeah, no, let's go.
and that would let us go through Core Folly.
Yeah.
Is there a
Instead,
reason we want to go through Kura Valley? Or just
well,
avoiding
routing
March?
around March, and we can't
Right.
we can't do the jump
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
unless we get a rudder. I mean, we could try it, but I get it. We just don't have a good pilot for blind drills.
Yeah. Blind drills are very difficult. They begin at a difficulty of 13 and add 1 to that difficulty for every 2 hexes of the jump.
Oof.
So Notario's
if I'd built Das slightly differently leading up here, Das could have sort of filled that role, but I haven't. So
That's okay. We can
Yeah.
fill the gap with NPCs.
I'm sure we can find someone. Yeah. Sure we can find someone.
I'm sure we
Yeah.
can too. Whether they'll be at Hello, I don't know. But
Indeed. Yeah. But like essentially Das is kind of branched into heal, and that could have been pilot.
do we have the data on what the trade modifiers are for Hello?
You do. There should be somewhere in this Discord.
Yeah.
There should be a trade thing. I don't know where I put that.
I remember seeing it. It's somewhere that we can
Yeah,
access,
it rings a bell.
but I don't know where it is.
Did you put it? You didn't put it in the README in Roll20, did you?
I didn't. It's something that I created after.
Yeah, I guess I thought it was relatively new.
I didn't include it in the trading stuff I put in the rules. Okay. Alright, well, let me see if I can add it to... Oh, I can't. I can't add things to word messages. But I can always post it again. I can also tell you that Holau, the swarm at Holau, has +1 astronautic and +2 military. So they don't actually have any modifiers, any positive modifiers for the artwork that you've got.
Yeah, that would also mean that's a negative. The astronautics would count against spare parts, wouldn't it?
It does count against spare parts, yeah.
Yeah, so not a good place to buy spare parts either.
Well, it's a good place in that it's one of the places where you can always buy spare parts. It's guaranteed to be there and in fairly large amounts, but you do pay for that convenience because they're circulating the spare parts amongst themselves. Also, they need them for their own ship repairs and such.
There's there's high supply and high demand.
Yeah.
It's not. It's basically demand does not outstrip supply, but there's the fact there is demand drives up the price too.
Yeah. They want to stockpile them, but they will let them go for a good enough price. It is only +1 though. The skill for them is connect, so it would be trade, connect, and what's the third one? Oh, there is no third one. Duh. Trade, connect, and the better of your wisdom or not wisdom, intelligence or charisma.
Okay. And that is again like best in party, right? So
Bested party, correct.
yeah. So what's our connect like? Who's got connect?
My connect
got
is
decent, I
not
think.
great. I don't think.
Yeah, I'm sure
Like-
someone's got it. I just don't remember who it is.
Yeah,
John?
I've got connect at 0. I think John's likely for.
I've
Oh no,
connected-
John's got
I've
minus 1.
connected one.
Oh. Well, someone
Oh.
had connect.
That'll be it. Yeah. Yeah, at least has 1.
Oh.
Okay. So connect at 1. Okay. But yeah, so connect and trade and int or charisma, you said.
Uh-huh.
There. Okay. So that's at least that'd be a 6 overall.
Okay. The
Three trade from Das, and there's at least 2 int from Das. I don't know if anyone's got 2 charisma. But
and working to your benefit, the
Nice.
swarm only
Roll
has
plus
friction
roll
1.
plus 2 charisma.
Sorry, what was that next?
+119 survives. Connect rolls off of raw plus 2 charisma.
yep. All right. Yeah, we really don't have much money either. So I think
Yeah.
parts wise, we're going to be salvaging rather than trying to buy anything.
Yeah, but we do have plenty of stuff to sell. as
Although
well.
we do have some stuff to sell, yeah. So if we can sell
That's
the basic
right. How
industry
much-
parts for a reasonable price,
Yeah, well, some of the data was actually really valuable too.
yeah.
I don't know if we really want to get rid of it yet, or we want to. Where was it? Was it under discussion? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, military data, 900k base, 125k base, 225k base, 85k base. Let's see if we can get all those. Let's see. Let's just roll them all. Let's do all that. I think I find winning condenser. Yeah, condenser is the most valuable.
Yeah.
That's the base. That's the base values of everything but the condenser data added up.
Mm.
But that also has to be sold to specific people, probably.
And that's still not enough to fix the ship.
Well, we do have 15,000 spare parts. On
We
it.
do.
But we still
But
probably need
we
to
have
have-
15. That would give us 30. We need 60. We need like 62 or something. So, like that's not even half of what we need, and we have less. We have like a quarter of what we need.
No, that'll be three-quarters of what we need, right? Because we have 15,000. That'll be about 30,000.
Yeah, it would put us at
25,000.
3/4. That's about half. We've got about a quarter.
Yep.
Already. So.
Okay, and I posted the trade table for anyone that wants to review it. It is just the table itself, as well as a note of changes, things that have occurred in this campaign to change things a little bit. So Henry Station has some modifiers. So have you decided what direction you want to go? I'm hearing discussion of going to Holau to look for a pilot and buy parts.
Yeah, we're rethinking the buying parts part, considering we don't have any part. Well, at least I am.
Yeah,
But,
even just to make repairs at Holau.
yeah, I guess it'd be a fine place to do that too, right?
Sure.
And you'll just pick up rumors.
You can certainly make repairs out there. Anything. It should go faster than your crew working on the repairs yourself.
Yeah, I imagine it would.
If a good deal turns up, we'll. Look for it.
There are also various events in the news that you can, if you want to get involved in, are absolutely out there for you.
That's true about the news events.
Oh,
but
that's right.
yeah.
That was the core folly was.
Oh. Nox also
Big
makes an
impact.
interesting point about advice, but yeah.
You did. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that's true. And maybe we shouldn't do that in Palau.
What better place to test it than where there's a lot of ships?
Right?
Yeah. Why not? Yeah.
Our core folly having the.
Alright, I've just about finished everything that I'm doing behind the scenes, so let's go ahead and push you to decide where you're going. Before I force that decision, there is one piece of news that is coming down the pipes to you.
News, you say?
News.
News.
So we'll play that, see if that's something that you want to get yourself involved in, and
It might be. It might be.
it might be.
I'm fine with what I'm thinking right now, but you know, I could go for something exciting.
All right. Well, here's the sting to make sure everyone has in Roll20 audio.
Yep.
Ta-da.
All right, and here's the news.
Criticism mounts as Galactic Mandate's siege of Dry Sun marches into its third month. Virtually unknown except to a handful of pirates and scavengers until Red Wren sought sanctuary, this small nomadic camp of barely 200 people now stands between Captain Paris and his quarry. Red Wren openly claimed responsibility for spikejacking Galactic Mandate's ship, Rapturus Eidolon, and is believed to have killed all crew aboard during routine patrol. Among the missing crew, and presumed dead, is Abby Paris, a recent graduate from Hyperion Academy recognized for high aptitude in socio-political conflict management, favored for a fast-tracked career in sector politics, and only child of Captain Paris. Galactic Mandate still has not responded to inquiries. Join us here at ABNN for in-depth analysis of the Sovereign Haven laws shielding Red Wren from a vengeful father, and the Humanitarian Works Act protecting the associated mercenary ships, now accomplices by association, so long as they keep mining asteroids to extract water for the residents of Dry Sun. Wren Alert unpacks these little-known laws and procedures in 6 easy-to-digest half-hour segments packed with expert opinion, heated legal review, and colourful commentary. For ABNN, I'm Nia.
Hey, we're headed that way.
You are headed in that direction. That's the direction you want to.
Do we want to get involved and head for where the news is happening, or do we want to go where we were going to go before the news?
I mean, oh mate.
I mean, it's right next door, right? Is that just to be clear? Let me see.
Yeah, it's like, do we head to the place we were going, or do we head to where the news is, which is the place we were going?
Well, hold on. Isn't that Dry Sun is on Camiego, isn't it?
It is.
Not, pretty weird that I remember that, right?
What? How would you know that?
I don't think any of your news actually specifies that.
It's apparently only a community of like 200 people. That's not important enough to be in any other news. How would you know that,
To be fair, the place where the events are happening is actually in Zenthra, which is 2 over from Halau.
Yeah.
But I guess we could get information from Halau about it, though, right? But also, I don't know. I just really have a I don't know. We know who Red Ren is because I just have a really weird suspicion that Red Ren is Abby Paris.
Hmm. I mean,
Doesn't that mean that they just killed their own daughter?
No. I'm saying Red Ren is the daughter. That's my crackpot theory.
Oh.
hmm.
I see.
I mean, it is quite possible now that you mention that. Like, I hadn't thought of that before, but
I now want to go and confirm whether this is the case or not.
well, we're heading in that direction anyway, aren't we?
I just can't help but read this news, and there's really nothing proving. It's like, oh, Abby Paris's ship was, hijacked by the Red Ren. That's exactly the kind of cover story I would have if I was if I was the admiral's daughter
Yeah.
or captain's daughter. I took a ship.
Sounds far-fetched to me.
Yeah. Also, socio-political conflict management.
I know they'll give a degree for anything these days.
All right. Well, it sounds like we're settled on going to Huleu then. At least starting with the journey there.
I would say so, yes.
Yeah, and then from there, if we want to get involved, we can jump to Zenthra. It won't take us. Well, yeah, it probably shouldn't take us that much longer, relatively speaking, to swing by Hoau first, right? I guess it's still possibly order a couple of weeks, but stuff moves slow in space. Actually, gosh, how old was that news? A few weeks old already, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's a week or two going to make a difference then?
Yeah. All right. So you're jumping from. What is your route? You gonna try and make the jump straight from Euron to March, or you gonna go through Pana?
I think probably fit through Pana, right? So because
Pana through Corafali? Yeah, that.
or
Okay.
I don't know if we pass through Un or not there.
Yeah.
I mean, we could say hi to the bro.
Yeah, why not?
They're cool with us, right?
They'll let you refuel.
They're
And
cool with Porcelain, right?
you only have one
Not
gun,
necessarily
so
us.
Yeah. We don't have porcelain either.
you don't.
Oh yeah, so we could pass through Hystro instead. Same, more or less the same difference, right? If we do like this.
It just takes a little bit longer because you're adding one hex,
Oh yeah.
and it does increase the difficulty of that jump one.
Or
Yeah, that's also an option. Hexes are weird.
Yeah. The Johnny rules it's kind of a weird one too, there. There's also no fuel there.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, right.
Unfortunately, we don't have a fuel bunker or anything, so
yeah.
Yeah, that's something we could look at. It's a crap ton. It's 6 pre-tech parts, which I only bring down to 5. But there is a mod that lets you operate without fuel. That may be something to look at down the road.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also why I wanted the infra drive, because the infra drive would let us operate without with only the single fuel. Much better, much easier.
Yeah. Fuel scoops are also an option. You still have enough of the flexible design points I believe would cover a fuel scoop.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, the mod makes it so that you never have to stop for fuel. The fuel scoops make fueling possible in places where fuel is not available, but takes longer. And just a fuel bunker just gives you an extra bump.
Yeah, I think we can come back to that discussion later. I think for now, we can just go like this.
Okay. So that's going to be Well, the rudder from this is a fairly well-traveled route, so the rudder from Muron to Pana is not going to be above difficulty 6. I believe you guys you make that automatically. I'm just gonna check real quick what the actual threshold for that is. I believe it's within 6 months. It's -2. I've passed it. No, that's not it. All right. Less than a month old is -2, but less than a year old is 0. And even at a year old, oh, the base difficulty is 7, not 6. Right, I knew that. But this is still a traveled route because Union is in here mining a lot. So it is less than a month old. You're able to travel from Muron to Pana with no difficulty. It does take you 2 days. So we're no longer on the 1st of April.
This is all just one big April Fool's joke to you.
And oh, I didn't even make you roll anything to get away from Union there. Let's go ahead and
It's
have
okay.
you do that real quick.
No. That's fine.
We just emergency drill activate out. Speaking of which, I'm going to go ahead and deduct those. No one's spoken up against it.
Okay.
It's in universe that the person on their comms console is just, he's playing on his phone. It's not that. Galaxy Crush 4, right?
Galaxy Crush 4. Yeah.
And to match the asteroids together.
Of course. I'm still gonna make you roll it.
Fuck you.
So let's just get a quick int programming, not hacking.
One int program, not hacking, coming up. $15.
Okay. They can't beat that. And so it takes you a little bit over a day, but you're able to get out of the region of space with the Fairtenera, unspotted as far as you know by Union. There's no excitement of communications chatter throughout the system to indicate that they've seen anything else of interest. You do notice, as you're pulling away, that there is additional chatter, and that there are active scans being made of the Fairtenera. You're able to avoid them easy enough. You know what ships they're coming from. But it's a fair good bet that now that they've actually aimed sensors, active sensors, at the Fairtenera, they will determine it's not just a big rock, and they will have another point of interest to explore over there. Okay. Your drill from Muron to Pana, as I said, does not require a skill check. And at 6 or less, it does. Your route was from Pana to Corafali and then to Hystra, right?
The Hystra. Yes.
Okay. The drill from Pana to Corafali is also common enough, just like as in within a few days, for the -2, and that keeps the difficulty at 6. No check. Same with Hystro. And so you're looking at another 4 days and then another 4 days to Hystro.
Or how many days total?
I'm working that up for you here.
Okay.
To Coro. So arriving in Hystro is 11 days. Let's add one more day for refueling in there, so 12 days. Because you do have to fuel up at each of these stops.
Hmm.
Sorry, what was it? It's just 4 days, 4 days.
No, it's been 12 days since you were at the Fear Tenera.
We're in. Okay.
Yeah.
12 days.
Yeah, so non-zero chance that
Releases.
non-zero chance that Union's checked it out by now.
Now, I don't want to skip over the device again. Did you want to
Yeah.
experiment or explore that in any of these systems?
Oh, which one will we do? I mean, Core
What's
Folly
the
just says
date by the time we get to where we are?
What was that, Ginja?
What's the date?
The date at Hystro will be April 13th.
Okay.
Core Folly is probably the least populated system we're passing through, right?
Cora Folly is where Galactic Mandate's Hyperion Station is, which is their prison holding facility for people that aren't sentenced to a lifetime on Natalie Varmeda on the prison planet. It's also Galactic Mandate's base of operations. So it is very little populated, but
It's not a place we want to make a scene.
Yeah.
Might not be.
That'll definitely be looking out the window while we're in Corofali. Take a look
Yeah.
while we're there.
Das can bring up on view screens the planet that records indicate she came from.
Yep.
It just kind of looks like a big, dusty beige and orange ball out there. Not a terribly pleasant place. So you're ruling out Corofali. What about Hystra? There's less traffic there, but the traffic that is there tends to be of the upper echelon. There are rich and elite people that go there for medical treatments.
So another, man, we'll forget about it by then. But another thought I have is Zenthra may be a good place. Of course, it's not. I guess we'll need to figure out fuel for Zenthra if we do end up going there, won't we?
You have to figure out fuel for Zenthra, yes.
Well, I guess that's something we'll work on while we're in Halau.
What's in Zenthra?
Zenthra is where the actual events were taking place.
Yeah. Is that it, or what else is there?
Zenthra also has what's called the Three Dogs, which is a trio of gas giants that pirates of the sector have taken to flocking at Zenthra, similar to how mercenaries swarm in Halau, because the proximity of three gas giants makes it real easy for them to hide.
And also, I presume they can scoop fuel off of them.
And also, they scoop fuel off. You can absolutely get fuel from pirates, assuming you can convince pirates to give you fuel.
Yeah, I think we could convince them.
Probably.
At least once we have at least a second gun.
Yeah.
And how far along are you on that? 12 days in, I believe, right?
Oh. Yeah, it's five. Is it 500 a day?
500 a day.
Yeah. So we're more than halfway.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see. I was not tracking it properly. It needs 10,000 apiece. Yeah, so 4,000 spare parts, 8 days away. Yeah, because 20 days total.
Yeah.
So what's your next move? Are you going to Holawu? Are you going to Zentra? Or are you going to test your device here where the rich and famous, well, sometimes not so famous, the rich and elite come for medical and genetic modification procedures?
I would like to go to Holau. The Holau is where the mercenary swarm is, isn't it?
That's correct.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I thought that was where we were going. So
It
I
is.
think if we're gonna make a spectacle,
It is ultimately, but
yes. I feel
This
like
is
if
one
we're
of the
gonna make a
intermediates.
spectacle, which we may or may not, I feel like a Zenthor may be the way to do it. You know, if we decide to, that'd be a great time to create a spectacle, right?
remind me briefly what's in Zentra. I kind of zoned out a little bit.
Zenthor is where Kamiego, which is where Dry Sun is from that news article.
Yeah, I mean, I would suggest if we are potentially making a scene, we should probably do it at the horizon, ready to leave,
Yeah.
so that we can be gone before anyone comes to investigate.
So let me give you a little bit of additional information. I think you may have gotten some of this from the last time, but maybe not. So first off, you guys have been looking over this data. Why don't you go ahead and give me... Let's see, I'm gonna... Where was it? Okay, going to the condenser data, you can use the pins to jump there. There's a int no and then an int fix in analyzing this condenser data. I want to see some 10s rolled for both of those checks.
Discord.
Definitely.
Discord really doesn't like being this tall on the monitor.
Oh, what was that, Jackal?
Nothing really.
Okay.
Int no, and what was the other one?
And int fix.
Okay.
Does anyone actually have no?
Better both of those things.
I don't know.
I have no 0.
Okay.
What's your
Better
int?
than my no minus one.
I know that Riley also has int no. No at least 0.
Okay, Riley's probably the best at it then, because I think Riley's
Okay,
also
yeah.
got 2 int.
I think so.
Yeah, I should probably do the fix.
So- Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it, Ellie. Correct. All right.
Yeah.
And int fix from Doug.
Alright.
Yeah.
No problems.
Nice. Well done. Well done.
So yeah, analyzing the condenser data, it does look very much like the device that you have has some of the same material specs and energy reading specs as the condensers. A lot of the math in your various readings also matches up. You only activated it in a vision the last time, if I recall. Never actually put it together.
Yeah, I think we were.
Yeah, at least didn't want us to put
We
it together for
were.
some reason.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
vision-wise,
we have-
we'd put it together and then immediately tried to take it apart, and then it blew up.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the consensus was let's not put it together in the first place.
Yes.
Yeah. That sounds
Because
about
Elise
right.
was very, because Elise got very freaked out about it.
Yeah.
He fucking died.
I mean, oh, who didn't die? Are we not still here? Who didn't die?
I swear to God.
Are we sure we weren't like, you know, we? It's just that we would have died if we hadn't finished fixing the ship in time,
I'm sure.
and that was just a distraction.
I am sure.
Okay, I have to check.
I get the feeling that if we continue with this line of questioning, at least we'll be clarifying whether or not we're dead.
I know I'm still alive at this point. How many times have I experienced my death?
So many.
A lot, yes.
Yeah. How do I know I'm not just in purgatory? This is my hell.
Mm.
What is it that I said about hell? It's a room where you're stuck with your friends.
I'd believe that. So, you can certainly try to explore some of the math of this if you think that you could have got the time and the analytical power to do so. Or you can just sit at the edge of the system and put it together and see if Elise freaks out.
I mean, one of those sounds more fun, but I think the other one sounds more sensible.
The other one's better for Elise, and that's important.
Yeah.
One of those sounds more fun. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it does.
Yeah. So what sort of stuff would we be doing for the analytics stuff, doing the maths?
Well, you bring the pieces of the device into the lab. You do have Acid, who's familiar with working with pre-tech, pre-mandate coding stuff, so her expertise is available to you in working with pre-tech. Without putting it together, you will be trying to analyze the properties of this impenetrable, at least previously impenetrable to your equipment material, and compare it with what you're seeing in the condenser data. You've gotten it in an advanced lab since last time you tried to analyze this, and you have new data from the Fertinero. So you would be making a int no skill check. And I believe if you want, Acid could make that also, or could assist. I can't remember if Acid is actually going to be better than Riley at that.
I mean, Riley will be at +3, right? So.
Riley would be at +3. Acid is at 4.
Mm.
And also has a some cybernetic scientist mods that gives her a +1 for pretty much exactly this kind of thing.
Okay.
So Acid is at a +5.
Yeah.
And this is all stuff that could be being inspected and analyzed on your way here. Doesn't have to be something that you spend a couple of days in Core Folly, or not Core Folly, in Hystro's, edge of the system, sitting there tinkering with it. As long as nobody objects to, analyzing the thing that might explode in metaspace.
Objection. No, I'm fucking with you. Go on.
mean, based on what we've seen so far, it'll only explode if we try and put it together. So, just don't do that while we're analyzing it, and it should be fine. And then hopefully by the end of analyzing it, we know what the actual condition is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll give you the additional option here. If you want to assist Acid, you can either assist with a normal +1, or because if Acid makes the roll, she'd be doing it in place instead of an expert PC. You could instead assist her to give her the benefit of a reroll, either a reroll or a +1.
I feel like a reroll is likely to be more useful than a +1.
Yeah.
Alright, who is going to assist her with this? It will have to be something other than a no skill check. Because otherwise, as pointed out before, may as well just make the no skill check.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think Riley's probably a good bet for it because, the whole science and research angle.
Yeah.
Help for flavor and for moral support. You could even have Surrey along with you.
What skill would Riley be rolling?
Not sure myself, obviously.
See Ellie typing in chat there.
Yeah.
Of course. Siri always wants to join in any things that involve questions and learning.
Shenanigans, basically.
Well, not all the shenanigans. She does take a moral objection to some shenanigans. But
just the science.
Yeah, this here is studied and learning, and nobody's getting hurt. No Hippocratic oaths are being broken. Yeah, I can try typing out what we're doing. Oh, one moment here. Yeah, I can imagine you'd like to have that internet adjusted or fixed. While Ellie is working that, does anybody else want to assist? Multiple people can try to assist. Only one bonus is obtained, though. You can't get both the +1 and the reroll. So who else wants to try helping Acid out?
I mean, Des could probably do something computery.
Probably
simulations or data analysis or.
Yeah, I feel like I've not really got much opinion on how to help with that.
I don't see any way this thing's going to explode.
Oh God.
Well, I'm just saying, I just know explosives, You had
to
look like an explosive.
You had to see it. God.
If you can hear me, Ellie, no, Acid doesn't have an opinion on what she would like help most. This is more of a people are helping Acid. We're just figuring out who's rolling the skill check to actually represent that help. So yeah, it's not like she's asking for help. It's just an important enough thing that she's not kicking people out. Go ahead and roll your int program there, Ginja.
I assume I can't somehow get this to be hacking.
You cannot get this to be hacking, I'm sorry. Well, go ahead and roll that, Ellie. The fix, that is. Yeah, you're correct about heal not being terribly applicable. Yeah. All right, so acid is getting either the reroll or the +1. Now,
I think the reroll.
who wants to make the roll for acid?
Fuck it, I'll do it.
Actually,
Acid
I'm gonna
roll.
have Jackal do it because
mind.
Jackal's the one that has to deal with the consequences if you guys decide.
Okay, fair.
Acid does still get her own +1 in the modifier. And yes, Jackal, if y'all die, it is your fault. Now that you're rolling for acid.
No, Acid's fault.
No, Jackal's fault.
Hmm.
Also, Jackal, we can't hear you.
Yeah, I was just sort of looking for that.
Oh.
Nox's question.
Let's pull myself back down. Yes, acid does get the +1 from authority too.
Yeah, so we've got a bunch of pluses.
It should surely be impossible to mess it up, right?
Jackal?
Surely.
Jackal, you are silent still.
Alright, for the sake of moving us along, Viral, go ahead and make that roll. So it's
Sure.
actually a 2 that acid gets on the bonus, the modifier.
Yeah, bonus 2 and still has a reroll.
And still has a reroll.
Yep.
Yeah. So hang on, this means that acid's roll is acid can potentially roll higher than Das can on a program roll at this point. on this roll.
With help from several people, yes.
With help from several people.
Das is proficient with 2 modifier, right?
Yes. I would not give acid her scientist mods bonus to programming things.
Oh.
Unless it's
No, but what I mean is this roll is at +6.
Yes.
Das's program is only +5. So that roll could potentially have come up an 18, which Das can't roll on program right now. Yet. 2 more levels.
Yeah. So, Dex, 16?
16 is absolutely enough.
Yeah, if a 16 isn't enough, we're all dead anyway.
The difficulty was high to get as much information as possible. Some information was attainable at 10, but 14 was for the full caboodle. Is that a word? Is that a phrase? I'm gonna call it a phrase.
It is now.
It is now.
Yeah.
So let me tell you what you get or would have gotten at 10. At 10, you would have been able to confirm that the device and the condenser technology share a development path. That there are similarities between them, and the condenser technology being so very specifically portal technology, it suggests that the device is also going to be along those same lines. Now, what Elise saw was an onrushing wave of white-hot heat that engulfed the ship and killed you all. So if the device does have anything to do with portals, maybe it just opened a portal directly into a sun.
That would explain how we all died.
Mm.
The other interesting detail about Elise's vision is that the onrush of heat did not come from the device. It came from outside the ship and hit the ship first, and then you inside the ship. So it didn't explode. Something else did. Oh, good timing. The 14 that you get is that this isn't a white hole bomb. It is a white hole bridge. It actually opens a bridge between real space and the infraworld, and if calibrated correctly, legitimately opens a portal between two places in real space. A massive portal, bigger than the jump gates. If calibrated incorrectly, it opens a white hole, where the nearest large gravitational body is, and the white hole is, in theory, it's the opposite of a black hole. It simply pushes energy out. This white hole is powered by the infraworld, which all the calculations in the condenser data say is a place of zero energy and infinite energy. So pretty much bad for that system if calibrated incorrectly. You're studying it right now. Some of the suppositions you can make from connecting condenser data to what you believe this thing will do are that it first shunts metaspace from the local area. That's basically its power on activation. It powers itself with the metaspace in a way. The metaspace comes back. Sorry, it doesn't power itself. It powers itself in some way, but that powering on turns the metaspace and pushes it out of a large area in the system. That is going to disrupt metaspatial travel. It will destroy any ships that are trying to reach the system if you do it near the edge of the system through that direction. Done nearer to the center of the system is less harmful, but will still scramble routes, meaning that you absolutely can use it to erase rudder data or make it effectively useless. After some time, metaspace comes back, and if it is taken apart in an area where there is a metaspace, it can be taken apart just normal. If taken apart, effectively deactivating it in a place where there is no metaspace, it's an incorrect calibration of the bridge, and the white hole burns the system.
That'll be what happened last time then, huh?
It would. Mm-hmm. There was in Elisa's vision. There was a brief kind of alert from the engines, I believe. I think you guys had them repaired enough to the point that they detected the shunting of metaspace. And because in the vision, Percy immediately took it back apart, it immediately activated the white hole.
Yeah, we put it together and we were like, oh no, this is doing things, we should take it apart, and then everything exploded.
Yeah,
that is pretty much how it happened.
It kind of is a self-fulfilling cycle. You put it together, your ship goes, oh no, that was bad, and then you say, oh, we should take this apart, and it makes it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
After you left Andiana Ayali, I don't think you've ever been to Indiana, Ayali.
I thought that popped up because we found out it was a waypoint on the
TMT was.
Right, I knew it was
7-7.
right.
Yes.
Right, I knew it was something on that sort of longitude. Longitude? Is that the sideways one? No, it's latitude.
That one's longitude,
Fuck.
I think.
I don't.
Latitude's northness.
Okay, yeah, so longitude.
So, did you still want to put it together?
Okay, so just to check that I understand, if we put it together correctly, then it is something like a blink gate to an unknown destination, probably. If we put it together wrongly, end of the campaign.
So, putting it together, based on your analysis here, putting it together won't actually create a bridge or a bomb.
Okay.
Also, you said it was like when it's put together without metaspace.
When it's active, I should have said when it's activated outside of metaspace, and taking it apart is in that sense effectively activating it, or it's activating a shutdown sequence. It's doing something that causes bad repercussions. But putting it together, I see the confusion. I'm using the word activate to mean two different things. Putting it together just kind of powers it up. Think of it as if it is a console. Putting it together just powers the console and shunts metaspace.
Right.
If it is then dismantled and powered off while there's no metaspace, that's the equivalent of activating whatever functions it has while put together. It's the equivalent of activating those incorrectly and creating a bomb.
Okay.
It's actually the act of taking it apart that triggers it.
Yeah, that's a much better way of putting it. Taking it apart
Well, it's not that,
triggers it.
So presumably the first time we did it, it didn't trigger when we put it together. It's when we would
Took apart
when
and
it,
went off,
I
yeah.
assume nothing visibly happened, right, when we put it together, and then you start taking it apart, and that triggers it.
Well, what visibly happens when you put it together is that its power on cycle shunts metaspace, which will trigger a alert, a warning from your ship. Warning, metaspace void. Do not spike drill.
Yeah. Are metaspace voids like that inherently harmful?
They're only harmful to ships that are in metaspace. Like if you do it in metaspace, bad things.
Yeah. Okay, so theoretically, if we put it together outside of metaspace, then metaspace void, which not harmful, not quite sure how useful either.
Not harmful to you. It is harmful to ships that are still in metaspace and arriving where there's a void.
Okay, so even if we are out of metaspace, if anything comes in having been in metaspace nearby, got it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It is a way to blockade, a very effective way to blockade.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Is.
Yeah. And then when we take
we
it
did set that to the test last campaign.
Yeah, and then when we take it apart again, if we do it properly, nothing. If we do it wrongly, white hole.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, well in that case, I think we hold on to
Very
this.
effective way to lose a pursuer as well.
Yes.
Jump in somewhere and then just stop on the thing and just activate it and sit there. Wait for them to come in and explode.
What we did last campaign with it.
Yeah.
You know what? This, in conjunction with the infodrive, would be a horrifically effective guerrilla warfare tactic.
Yeah, I can imagine that's why they're here.
Yeah, like, hey, come and get us. Spike drill out one sector, activate it, wait.
It's also great when you know where when a fleet's going to arrive somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Completely destroy the fleet.
You know what? Yeah. You know what? It's a shame that we didn't figure this out sooner when we were in Muran. Just there when you and you were bringing in the big battle cruiser thing, remember?
Oh.
Can you imagine?
There is a little bit of a timing skill check with it because metaspace does naturally fill its own void. And while the new metaspace in that void is different route and will be more difficult for the ships to navigate, as long as there is metaspace there when they reach their destination system, they can still have a chance of successfully navigating it. It's hard, and there's no way to guarantee that everyone will make it, but it is also possible that everyone will crash. Timing it correctly can simply guarantee that there's no metaspace there when they would have arrived, and they are completely lost. No chance. You guys have a very effective tool/weapon.
That we just need to be careful not to blow ourselves up with.
Well, the only difference between a tool and a weapon is what you use it for.
And whether you point it at someone.
Well, indeed, that's what you use it for. Yeah. Do you use it to point to someone? Do you use it to fix something?
So knowing what you know about it, do you want to put it together?
Not right now, I don't think. Unless anyone can think of any reasons, or Dex, unless I missed anything, suggesting why it'd be useful as anything other than a cover your tracks box.
Well, presumably it was used for something else.
It's possible it was just used as a weapon.
Oh, yeah. Presumably it was designed for something else. Well, I mean, the other option, I mean, used quote-unquote correctly, right? It's essentially a wormhole, which sounds an awful lot like the Infodrive, right?
Okay, yeah, that's a valid point. That's a valid.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's...
You don't... No.
Yeah.
You don't think...
Anyways. Wait.
What?
You said this sounds like the Infodrive. You don't think.
I had that thought.
Now think about that. That functionality sounds a lot like what the Infodrive's description was.
Yeah.
It's probably a coincidence, though.
Yeah. Do we know where the Infodrive goes?
What goes wherever we've been?
Wherever we point it.
Well, no, but what I mean is, do we know where it, like, what
I guess there's a question, like, if we had another way to activate that, because presumably, following that line of logic, like, presumably this is a major component of the Infodrive, right? But what would it do without the rest of the Infodrive? Because presumably the Infodrive is what would perhaps direct it where to go.
Yeah.
But what would happen if we were able to activate it without the Infodrive, without that framework? Like maybe there is a destination that would take us to if we were able to activate it without the Infodrive.
Maybe the destination it would take us to is the last destination where it was used. Shortly before we got contact.
I think I may have missed a beat here, but I do want to clarify that this is independent of the Infodrive.
That's what you're saying, but
it does a lot like what the Infodrive description does too. If it's creating essentially a wormhole between a portal between two locations, right?
Metaspace wormhole.
Right.
It's essentially a wormhole. I don't know if it's really officially called that, but you know.
Yeah.
So presumably, so you're saying we could actually activate that function if we do it right, correct? And actually create that portal and go between 2 points.
Correct.
We don't have a way of knowing what the other point would be.
Let me actually get my notes here. Okay.
Yeah, like, presumably it would be a bit of a crazy Hail Mary to just go in, because I don't imagine we have a way to determine where it goes if we did activate it.
I think the part that is probably throwing the most uncertainty here is that hang on. Okay. Okay. Is that what you can make out of the math without activating it? You could try and get more information by putting it together. Not activating, by putting it together. But without doing that, what you can make out of the 2 points of whatever wormhole is that you're not perfectly sure where the other point is. You know where yours is. It's going to be in the system that you're in. It uses the nearby gravitational body. You know what? A 16 was rolled on Acid's check. I'm being circumspect, and I think I should be a little bit more forthcoming. Somebody is able to link some of the math in the condenser technology with some of the readings that you're finally able to get off of this device once you start calibrating equipment in the way that the condenser technology is able to be read. And the other point of the portal is in the infraworld. I think I had kind of made a little bit reference to that when I said that the infraworld is both 0 and infinity, but I'm going to put a period on that. Yes, this creates a portal between real space and the infraworld, a very large portal. Whereas your infra drive is theoretically using the infraworld to go from one point in real space to another. Did that help clarify some things? Or did it just make things more confusing?
I am less inclined to believe that this is part of the infodrive, given that it creates a big portal.
Yes. Okay.
Well, the other ships, whereas one is just like one's like the needle passing through it, and this one's tearing a hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So presumably, if we would tear that hole, other people could go through it too.
And I probably should have reviewed my notes before answering the skill check there. I was also wrong when I said that it pushes metaspace away. No, metaspace is actually drawn into real space through the device. So the math suggests that this device will hold a very large areas worth of metaspace within it to power up.
And just to be clear, so can it remain in the powered up state?
It can remain in the powered up state according to all the math.
It's just okay, but obviously it makes a bit of a spectacle and a huge danger in the area that you first power it up.
Correct.
Wonder at some point it might, especially after we have the infodrive, but at some point it'd be useful to maybe have it charged up. Huh. I'm trying to remember. The portal. Can we direct where it goes again? I might have missed that.
That part's inconclusive from your current study.
Okay, because that could be a really powerful strategic asset later on, if you can create a portal and control where it goes.
Yeah.
To essentially move a fleet from one place to another. That seems like that could very well be what the intended use would be, anyways, if that's what it does. I mean, imagine being able to just drop a fleet wherever you want. I've played enough to learn to know how effective that is.
In theory, again, you aren't able to pull this apart from the study you've done so far, but in theory, if you can create a portal into the infraworld, get a fleet inside the infraworld, and then move the real space portal to a different system, boom. Kind of a 3-point turn for your fleet. Also, kind of like playing with portal guns in, literally the game called Portal.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a portal, but much bigger. You don't have to shoot it against the solid surface.
Right. The solid surface you shoot it against is a sun in a system. And it's the size of the sun in that system.
Peace.
Well, Acid is astounded by this and a little bit excited. This is fascinating and exciting. Siri is right there with her, trying to help her with the some quick calculations instead of her having to key them in or do them in her head, and they get into actually a little bit of a nerding competition about who can correctly make complex calculations in their head. With Acid, is not a literal computer, but does have literal computers in her brain. She's not able to keep up with Siri. She's
Who is much more computer? Yes.
is much more computer. She is, however, like still pretty dang good.
Mm.
Is that technically I wonder if, like, given how dangerous the powering up of it is, I guess, would that classify it as Maltech? I don't know what the actual definition is of Maltech.
It hang on, there are pillars.
Is it,
Maltech.
yeah, I can say sure there's some definition that defines it as that.
Forbidden science.
Yep.
It's not making tools of humankind. It is not creating an unbreak mind. It is not technically creating a device of planetary destruction.
Technically.
In its intended purpose. However, as Acid,
I feel like if something can accidentally do that easily, I don't know. I feel like that should be Maltech if it's if it'll do it by accident.
And Acid will readily attest that Perimeter's definition of Maltech does not hold to those three pillars. They would probably declare this as Maltech, possibly even if it couldn't be activated incorrectly. Just the shunting of metaspace might be enough for them to call it Maltech.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't like that. Because presumably that a pretty solid basis of travel currently.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, yeah, because presumably, so pre-Scream, the method of travel was different, right? Because they had the jump gates.
Yeah, the spike drives were practically obsolete.
Yeah. So it's possible that the shunting of metaspace to power this thing up wouldn't have even been as big a deal back then.
Right. And you do know of the location of two jump gates that were being built in this sector while it was a frontier. One being in Azee, that has crashed down onto Reina Lottie, and the other being in Onalau. So you do know that Terran Mandate at the time, this was a place of intended jump gate connection. We are at 1:30. Do we want to take a break or do we want to just keep going through?
I would like a break.
Okay. Let's go ahead and call it a 10-minute break. If people aren't back by then I can, we'll certainly extend it, but go ahead and go on a 10-minute break. We'll be back at 1:40. And here we see the fantastic results of Elisa's hit point roll. Viral.
Yo.
There was some curiosity about your reaction to that hit point roll. How does that compare to Percy?
Oh yeah, that's right. That is high. Yeah, give me a sec. That is, yeah, 3 points higher. Congratulations. Welcome to the front line.
Welcome to the front line.
Do we even have a front line? Do we have anyone that uses melee?
I think I'm the front line by virtue of I can take a hit. That and you.
Yeah.
I mean, if I haven't proven I can take a hit, I don't know what you want from me.
Yeah. I mean, but we're like, so far as health goes, we've got a pretty healthy team now.
Mhm.
But we don't really have anyone that actually wants to be in melee.
Nor do we need to be.
That's true. It's the future. We just explode everything.
Yeah, right? Guns exist.
Yeah. Percy is
Oh.
actually worse at the front line than hanging back.
Mm.
Just because he can't use his big guns in the front line.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. So if we get like a bunch of cyber ninjas that attack us in melee range, we'll be in trouble.
I mean, I still have handguns. I still add my shoot skill to damage rolls, and I have close combatant to avoid getting knifed so much.
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, you're not incapable in close range. You just can do more with a big gun. All right, so we're back in, and I'm going to take from, unless you tell me right now that you want to activate it, put it together. I'm going to take from the lack of saying that you put it together, that you're going to move on to Holau or Zenthra. And
Do we want to stick our nose in things that we shouldn't before we get repairs? Or no, wait, let me see. No, because we still need 8 days to repair the gun.
Mm-hmm. It'll take another 3 days to get to Holau, another day or so getting fuel, and actually one more day getting fuel and getting out to the mercenary swarm, and then a few days to make any kind of trades. See if you can see if there is enough ready and available supply for cheap enough to buy spare parts. So that's your 8 days right there if you go that direction.
Yeah, I think we should go whole out first.
Sure.
Because the news is already weeks old, so adding another 8 days or 10 days, I don't think it's gonna make a big difference.
Yeah.
If we decide, we may change our mind too. We're also going to Hollow for leads, so there may be a better lead to follow.
That is true. You were also going there to see if you could get info on a pilot capable of making blind drills. Alright, from Hystro to Holau, I'm also going to say is a oh actually no, that would not be within a month. So I believe this is actually the first drill check I think you will have had to make the entire campaign.
You know, I think you might be right.
And it's gonna go horribly wrong, considering the premise at the start of the campaign was a spike drill just went wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, this might just be the start of the next campaign.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be fine, y'all.
Alright, who wants to take the blame for rolling poorly on Natario's skill check?
Not me. I already rolled one risky skill check for an
Yeah.
NPC today.
No, I'm cool with it. I'll bite that bullet.
Alright.
Y'all ready?
Roll it. Okay. The difficulty is only 7. It would have been difficult to fail it.
I mean, you say that.
But possible.
Yeah, never underestimate player characters to pull off the most tremendous victories before fucking up the simplest things.
I mean, and realistically, it's like most likely it's just gonna end up taking longer as most mishaps.
Once more, have you met us?
I will say the only reason that I allowed the reroll on the device analysis is because it felt a little bit like acid was taken away from a PC's kind of desired role of being a scientist and doctor. That's definitely not something I'm going to offer frequently, especially when you've got a psychic power that does the same thing. But you make it out to Holau. Oh right, it doesn't take an extra day to get fueled up, because getting fueled up is at the swarm. You don't have any difficulty getting the fuel from the swarm. That's just another 500 credits. And by the way, each of these jumps has cost you 500 credits. I should have been clearer on that. Yeah.
I'll just deduct them from our ship funds. It's no big deal. What was it, 4 jumps?
I believe so. Yeah, Panna, Mira, Korafali, Hystro,
credits.
Hello. Okay.
Yeah, it's not really a major cost for us. I guess until we somehow end up completely broke. And then it becomes awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, had to say it, didn't you?
But that seems unlikely that at any given point, nobody in the party is going to have 500 credits to pay for a refuel.
In this campaign, yes. I've been in 2 campaigns with another GM. We're like, alright, do we have enough fuel or money for fuel?
Yeah, it's going for that real desperate, like riding the line, free merchant.
Yeah. Which is a campaign style. I just don't like how scarce it makes mods, because mods are expensive. I think,
like Concealed.
yeah, I think mods are too cool of a system to go ignored because we have to buy fuel.
Sorry, we can't afford that mod for you, Timmy. We gotta buy fuel for the ship again.
And we appreciate that stance.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's a bustling activity at the Mercenaries Forum. Yeah. It is its own culture and flotilla city in its own. It's transient, ships come and go, but there's always at least a few dozen ships out in this in orbit around Tohoailoa. You are welcomed in with no questions. You do catch a few active sensors hitting your hull, scanning you.
I'm back.
Welcome back. You have arrived at the Mercenaries Forum in Holau.
Just in time to kill someone. Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah. Oh wait, you guys weren't doing that though.
Yet.
Huh?
The Swarm is a fantastic place for picking up rumors, trying to get information, trying to find ruins, buying maps from people who didn't have the personal manpower or the guts to, or the time to scavenge them themselves, or conmen who will sell you maps to places that they've already gutted. It's also a great place for trying to find pilots of legendary expertise, or just good pilots.
We have a just good pilot.
You have a just good pilot, yeah. It's also a good place to activate a device and make a whole horde of ships scream in alarm. It won't actually damage them or do anything to them, and they won't be able to drill out unless any of them have emergency drill activations, in which case they would basically be sealing their doom.
Yeah.
But
I've got to be honest. That would be pretty funny.
It would. It'd be like pulling the fire alarm in like 50 ships.
Okay, how tempted are y'all?
I'm tempted. And I'm the GM.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, okay. I will not make an NPC put the device together. I will not make an NPC put the device together.
Is that the sound of an NPC putting a device together?
Ah, it is not. Alright. So.
Seriously though, does anyone else really, really want to do that at some point? Just for shits and giggles. Just me?
Might just be you.
All right. So you do want to look for sorry, I shouldn't make that a declarative. Do you want to start off by looking for trade opportunities, including the spare parts?
I think we should start by looking for trade opportunities, hint hint.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and roll. I'm gonna go ahead and give me 2d10.
Four and 9.
That's a good number. Not bad, not bad.
4 and 9. So for sale, they have parts basic industry. Here, let me
We've got those. We need to get rid of those.
Yeah, those.
Yeah. Yeah, we are the
That's
opposite
okay.
of your target audience for those.
Probably. Which, you know.
How do you know they
kinda
don't
is
just
what-
want much?
I mean, if they're already selling them, surely they want to buy more so they can sell more.
Maybe.
Oh, there you go. Formatting is bad, but those are the two things that are rolled. They also always have parts universal, which is the spare parts for sale. The modifier for those are, as I said before, +1 because they do because they buy. It's not buy. They sell them. Yeah. Sorry, that's backwards. It's just +1 because of reasons stated before. My brain is mush. And they have a friction of 1, so really you've only got a -2 or a +2 working against you if you are trying to buy spare parts here.
Which would be all well and good if we actually had money to buy them with.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
are
think
you
this
Yeah.
supposed to be, yeah.
down on money?
About-
Okay.
We are.
Yeah,
but,
it's not the most ideal location, but it's kind of gave us time to repair. And like I said, I think the bigger part will be getting leads here.
Yeah.
Plus, it does put us close to Zenthor if we want to nose in there.
Yeah. Do we want to see if they're interested in our basic industry and artwork stuff?
We want
See
to
if
be
we
here a
can
few
sell
days
that.
anyways, right?
See if we can sell that, get some money, and then maybe buy some parts with it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could roll for the parts and see what sort of price we get, right? The spare parts.
You could, yeah.
Might as well buy some while we're here.
Yeah, if you're already planning to excuse me, to see if anyone will buy the art or the basic industry, then you're already spending time here. You can certainly investigate what your selling options are, or what your buying options are.
I suppose
Yeah,
it kind of
okay,
hard for such an anyway.
Okay, no listos.
So the stat here is connect. I believe we found out that you've got a 1 in that. You've got a 3 in dash of trade, and your charisma modifiers and modifiers are all at 2.
Yep.
So you've got a +2 to the price and a -6. Somebody roll me 3d6 +2 -6.
Before this level, I'd have said my d6s are basically d4s, so I should roll it. But now I'm not so sure.
Yeah, prove us right or wrong or whatever. Prove us something. Do it.
Okay.
Prove yourself.
3d6. What did you say? +2 -6.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
No, they're pretty high now.
Well, because you guys have such good modifiers, it is still base price.
Yeah. I think we can
Do
get
better.
much better elsewhere. Yeah.
We can.
Yeah, hold off on
Yeah.
getting a good deal.
Nox, are you raising your hand there?
That was 5 minutes ago. I think.
It was.
I don't remember what it was in reaction to, but it was 5 minutes ago.
Hand gone.
Yeah. If you've said anything since we can't hear you, or we didn't hear it, or you get the idea.
Also, I can't download that trade document. I was gonna say, where do we buy those?
And there goes a person.
That was nice.
And here comes a person.
It was for activating the bomb, so 5 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. So while yes, you can get a better price on parts universal in other places, there is still the problem of they're not very readily available in other places.
Yeah.
Mm,
Generally, our best bet's gonna be salvaging them ourselves.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Like, unless we get an insanely good deal somewhere, we're probably better off salvaging them.
Holau is the place where you can buy them in bulk. Other places, you can get like.
If we had a lot of money, this is actually probably a good place to come to for them. If
Yes.
cost
Probably,
is
yeah.
no longer if cost is no longer an object, this is the place to go.
Yeah.
Other places you can get 1 or 2 tons at a time. Here, it's I believe 3d10 is what I said it at. So still possibly not very much, but also possibly quite a lot.
30 tons.
In fact,
Uh,
I'll go ahead and roll
honestly, though, on the scale of the parts that we need, that's actually still not that much.
Yeah. Yeah, because we need what?
I always forget the exact number, and I keep having to read.
I think we need
200
like
parts per ton,
300 tons of parts.
this.
So like 30 tons is not nothing, but yeah. it's like less than a tenth.
Okay. There are still 13 tons available. That you
How many
could
parts is 13 tons.
round up and buy if you want.
Yeah.
Keep forgetting,
And-
how many
Which I
parts
think
is it per ton?
10,000.
More than we can afford.
Or 10,000 credits per ton is.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
200 parts.
200 parts, yeah. I
Mhm.
think that's more than we can afford by quite a lot.
Kind of. If we like pitched in some personal funds, we could buy them.
Oh, true. Yeah, actually looking at personal funds, yeah, we can afford it.
Yeah.
If we want that.
I mean, I'm willing to chip in a 30% giving a portion. I think I.
Now, the Swarm will typically only buy cargo with astronautic or military types. Neither
Yeah.
of the things that you have to sell are those. But you can still sometimes find independent buyers looking to, that they just happen to be going to a place where they can make a profit off that. And so, with some additional investigation or social work, you could possibly find a buyer for either one of those. It's just not as quick and easy as kind of going on to their ship network, shipwide, not shipwide,
Swarm-wide.
trade.swarm.
Trade.swarm. Nice.
Do you want to try and find a buyer for the art or industry that you've got?
I would guess that any independent buyer that's looking to make a profit off them that we sell them to is going to have higher friction than if we went somewhere that would want them to start with.
They will
Because
have
they want to
higher
make
friction.
a profit. Yeah. We have 400 tons of cargo space. We have plenty left. I'm inclined to hang on to it for a bit. Like we're not hurting for cargo space at the moment. If we were, I'd say maybe try and sell some, but
Yeah, I think we're good on that front.
Okay.
yeah. If we find some planet that actually wants them, they'll really, they'll give us good money for it without the extra friction. Yeah, I mean, on the on the personal funds thing, like I like you mentioned personal funds, and I glanced over at Das's personal funds, and Das could cover that on her own.
Nice.
Yeah, so we have enough. We definitely have enough.
Okay.
Mm.
Let me see. We'll lease out so 40k from the tip credits. 40k. I'm willing to throw in 40k. If
Yeah,
that
I'll
will cover the rest.
I'll throw 40k at it.
Okay.
What does that put us at?
That means we need 10k from someone else. If you're doing 40k.
Yeah.
I've got
10 from 119.
okay.
Cool.
I've got to be honest. I was a little bit spaced out again. What are we buying?
Parts.
All the spare part.
Okay.
Yeah.
We might as well at this point. I think
we realized we had like a bunch of personal funds that probably aren't going to get spent anyway, so might as well spend them.
So who was shipping in the last 10k? Was that John?
I don't think I've ever kept up with personal funds. It only says I have 4,000 credits.
Oh wow, yeah, you definitely have more than that. You probably have.
I don't remember spending basically anything anywhere.
Yeah. Hang on, what
me
did I
neither,
have?
me neither.
156. My guess is you've got like 160, 170 or something if you haven't spent any. I don't remember what went in.
So then I guess, yeah, I'll totally spend 10 from that, whatever. I don't know. Honestly, if I don't have anything specific that I'm seeking out credit-wise, I just kind of forget the credits exist in this game. We kind of get whatever we need.
Yeah, we do. We really do.
Yeah.
That's right. Minus.
Credits are like arrows here. I don't keep track of them.
Well, do you want to just contribute John's to the ship funds and let that be a standard thing for whenever you guys get funds, so you don't have to keep track of them?
Yeah, I'm willing to do that.
All right.
I don't have much use for my credits, so.
And then you just dip into the ship funds when you. Yeah, that seems fair.
Yeah, I can make a note that
Which
an extra share of things goes to the ship.
I don't know what the number is though.
Oh,
you're saying going forward?
Yeah.
Yeah, going forward, and why don't we go ahead and call John's current contribution 150.
That seems close enough. Yeah.
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 Because I know you guys got a big payday from selling those energy weapons to the
yeah.
Genji.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Das was at 156 I don't remember what I spent on the drone, but I like 8 seems plausible, which would then be 164, which would imply we had 160 plus the 4 to start. So,
and then Nox, go ahead and just keep 4K on John's sheet as just funds.
Yeah, ethical, not at all. Profitable, absolutely.
So yeah, you could have just paid entirely out of the ship funds.
It's fine. It's fine.
We'll just
If you wanna-
we'll
if you
say
wanna make your
we
40
sorted
out
this
of it,
out.
that's
It's like we're all like as I'm like pulling funds from everyone, and John's just like, oh yeah, I've got all this money still, but we've already sorted it out.
John's like,
Okay.
yes, money.
So I'm sorry,
It's in gold bars under 119's bed.
So after all of that, it's 150K to ship funds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The 156125. Okay. Yeah, I'll leave it standing what we divvied out or we pulled from.
Yeah, just for the ease.
Just because I've already done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to know. It's good to know.
All right. And how do you want to go about tracking down rumors or leads of a pilot or ruins to search? What are you looking for at the Holo Mercenaries Forum, aside from a few quick spare parts? I say a few, but there's like lots of them. Literally 13 tons of them. Yeah. See, it contributes.
Yeah, we're 80%, 80.5% of the way to another gun. Yeah, and we're only. Hang on, are we 80%? Are we 80% through fixing a gun and 80% through getting the parts for the next one?
I believe so.
Basically.
Wild.
When we arrive.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Wild.
Well, it's actually buying the spare parts here, which I think makes it that transaction essentially is every 3 days, right?
Yeah, it does. So you're actually done with the gun, but it was a nice thought, Ginja.
Yeah, okay.
We're pretty close.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah, you do finish up with fixing your second gun by the time you've finished the transaction with for the spare parts. And in making that transaction, you've ended up talking to lots of ships. This is, obviously it's not just one seller that's gotten these for you. There were some ships that just wanted too much for their stock, and some ships that wanted less. It all averaged out to about 10,000 a ton. At least the transactions that you were willing to take averaged out to 10,000 a ton. But in doing that, you've shaken a lot of hands and met a lot of people. We can flash back to any one of those for investigations on ruins hunting, on pilot hunting, on corporate dirt. Really, as I said, this is the bar. This is the tavern in D&D. You can get new people. You can buy things, sell things. You can get rumors for adventures, or find legendary fighters or pilots.
So if anyone wants to swap out the player character, now's the time.
It actually is. It actually is. It's something that I would let you come in at Riley's level instead of level 1.
Mm.
So if we choose later, we start off at level 1.
Yeah. I'd have to base it on where the circumstances are.
Mm.
And really, I should limit it to 3 hit dice because that's what most of them should be. But yeah, it's something that we could talk about.
I mean, you wouldn't have to. You probably should.
I should, yes. I did make Ellie climb through the levels.
You did. You still are.
I still am. So, welcome to the swarm. What would you like?
Pilots, please.
Pilots, please. All right. Who's trying to pick up rumors or leads on potential pilots, and what are you offering as far as information? Like, what are you willing to divulge? Are you willing to divulge that you've got a location that's never been traveled to, and you want to try and get there? Or are you just trying to find someone who can navigate blind 3-hex jumps? Potentially blind 6-hex jumps in the future.
Yeah, I mean,
do we say that we've got a drive 6 in the future?
Probably not, because having a drive 3 is already pretty outstanding.
That's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if we come in here saying, "Oh, we're looking for a pilot for drive 6 vessel," they're going to be like, "Wait, what vessel is that anyway?"
That's
like,
why.
Is that the Raza?
basically, we just don't want to have to, because we have a spike 3. We don't want to have to be constantly going. I think that's enough. We don't want to constantly be trying to find specific rudders, right? Just to make our jump 3s. Yeah, we're not even touching the jump, not even jumping touching the 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let's go ahead and get a couple skill checks from whoever would be invested and asking around about this. It can be multiple people, and I will consider multiple successes. So you pick a skill and an attribute that you think applies, and if I have any, go ahead and roll it. And if I have questions on how it applies, I will ask. Use your best judgment here.
I could definitely do it perform or survive.
Okay.
I don't think Percy would. I think he'd probably be asking about different stuff.
That's a little adjacent. I keep forgetting I have Wanderer, but I do have Wanderer level 1. So, we can get around from ship to ship. Yeah.
Yes, you can. I'll give you a +1 if you're to any roll that you make, Myokin, if you're wanting to kind of include.
I like to say, I kind of want to say, like, I do see if I can't find some bar or something like that want some live music,
Okay.
Use that to get people's attention, and then I can ask around.
Yeah.
Let's perform.
Go ahead and take a +1 for your Wanderer for that.
Sure.
Who else is rolling?
Okay.
I mean, I'm being serious here. You do not have to run it by me in advance. Just roll it.
Now, not for this topic later.
Unfortunately, I don't have. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's got to be charisma rather than intelligence or wisdom.
All right.
Probably.
Yeah. Acceptable.
Have
How
I given
fancy
you?
is their swarm internet thing?
What was that?
How fancy is their swarm internet thing?
It's fairly limited. It makes do.
Yeah.
It's kind of using a hackneyed
BBS.
Yeah, I was just thinking that it's kind of using a hackneyed or a jury-rigged hack of the Galactic Mandate mail system.
Okay.
But instead of going to you know what? Actually, no. I'm gonna use the beacon. They have moved the beacon from the edge of the system where they normally are to within the swarm. So yeah, they're just kind of they've set up a BBS. I think BBS. I think that's what they were called. Wow, I've forgotten the acronym.
Yeah, BBS.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
A bulletin board system. Yeah, they've set up a BBS app that is just kind of it's external. It doesn't actually directly connect with their ship system, so it's still, it doesn't violate the it doesn't allow remote hacking, but you could certainly hack the board itself.
Yeah, I'm just thinking in terms of like finding potential candidates for the others to vet. Is it something that might be vaguely interfaced there, or is it more
absolutely
people
useful?
selling stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And is that hacking?
Do you want it to be hacking?
I don't know. I feel like wandering into a mercenary swarm and then hacking their comms is a great way to get shot at. So
Would they ever know?
To be honest,
well, it depends how bad I roll, right?
how many other people's systems have you hacked into and they've never even known?
This is true. This is true. Yeah. Well, I guess would I don't know whether I would know this before I try, but how much more effect would doing it as hacking have?
I suppose I would classify the difference as being with a program check. You would mostly be trying to utilize the functions of the board to your best ability, sorting and filtering through the results. You'd basically be using it as a normal user, just in a normal fashion, but as an advanced user that can have an algorithm read and find the most relevant stuff for you.
Right.
Yeah. As hacking, similar, but instead of having to define an algorithm or a program that trawls through the data and deciphers it, you could go directly into where the I see that, Knox.
Hey, Dex, can I jump in for a sec?
Hang on real quick. You could get directly into the guts of it and apply your algorithm there.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the difference between scraping the forum and getting into the back end and just running an SQL query on the data.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, Spiral.
I got to bounce. Ellie's feeling really rough. I need to go be with her. I'll see you next week.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think the added difficulty of it being hacking is probably offset by the added dice from it being hacking. So yeah, let's do hacking.
Okay.
That's a 16.
All right. And Nox has rolled lead wisdom with a reroll of 9. Jackal, did you want Elise to be contributing to this search?
Absolutely. I wanted to use Connect and Charisma.
Go for it.
Well.
Yep.
No. No. This is my thing.
It is.
12.
Yay, that's better.
Oh my god.
That is much better. All right. So you are looking for whether you're looking for some clarification on whether a reroll would be beneficial to you.
Yeah.
I would say that yes, a reroll would be beneficial. An 8 is not failing; it is just not hitting the higher threshold.
Okay.
I can give you a reroll.
No. I use my reroll. I got the +1.
Nox. Oh wow,
Nice.
Nox might want that reroll.
Nice.
Went from 3-3 to 6-6.
Yeah, we rolled them. Now you doubled them.
Double the dice.
Roll twice and roll twice the number.
If you're looking to spend the effort, Jackal, then Nox might be looking for that reroll.
I will be willing to spend the effort for anyone who would like it. So if Nox wants to go again, Nox may go again. Or I guess in this case, name.
Wow.
Name.
Okay.
119.
119.
So,
Oh, there we go. Thank
Yep.
you.
119.
that is 3 results at 12, and that is more than I am prepared for.
4, right? With Das's 16 program in.
4. Yes, sorry. The,
4 results.
I knew I
12,
was
13,
missing
14,
someone. I was like,
16.
I've got 4 players here that are rolling. Okay. Yes,
Yeah.
that is more than I was prepared for. So we'll touch that next week. I can tell you that you will be able to find pilots capable of making blind jumps. I was kind of expecting only one to jump that high, but there's 4.
We're getting the best damn pilot, damn it.
You're getting options is what you're getting.
Oh well,
Oh,
there's
God.
only one. There's only one that I want.
Wait, does this mean interview steps?
It means recruiting options. They are not in the swarm themselves, although with 4 checks there, I will put one of them in the swarm so that you can just recruit and dash
If you want to settle.
if you want to settle. So I've got a 12,
Right.
a 13, a 14,
It
and a
could be the
16.
best one by random luck. We'll see.
That's true. I'll have to find some way of randomizing it.
I'm also kind of want to feel like it's like we each got one. We all found one candidate, but we all heard a hint of another.
That's probably
There's
how it
different ways
goes.
to
Yeah.
do it. I can see you do different ways.
Yep.
With those results.
So.
Just to point out how good those rolls actually are. Yeah, 10 dice. None of them are below a 4. And everyone got at least 1 5 that got used.
Nice. All right. Well, with those results, I could not justify saying that that takes all of you the entire time trading. Do you want to look for other information or other rumors?
Oh, I'd like to hear an update on what's going on in Zenthra, right?
Oh, okay.
Just, out of curiosity, unless anyone wants something more useful. Something more useful than sated curiosity.
Yeah, okay. Is there any specific information, or do you have a specific question, or are you just looking for general info? Like, before I start answering questions, is there a question you want answered?
I want to know if what was it, Abby Paris is actually Red Wren.
Oh. Okay.
I'm gonna get very specific, even though that's the worst way to go about it.
Yeah.
No, maybe we should be more general. That was weeks ago, right?
I will say that the more specific you are, the more I'm going to require a roll. So that kind of information is something that you will need
It
a
seems
good
like a
roll.
weird thing for them to actually know. Yeah.
What's more important than is this family drama?
That's true. I mean, that would be slightly more general than asking if this person is,
I will say though, also
I guess actually no. I think to lead me to that, I think it'd be better to ask questions about Red Wren and like, oh, I don't know, how long has Red Wren operated in the area? And then it's like, oh, oddly enough, this is the first time Red Wren's ever shown up, right?
Yeah.
I can draw my own conclusion then.
You could. So I'm gonna put a point cost or a difficulty on the question. Is Red Wren Abbey Paris is a difficulty 14? How long has Red Wren been operating in the area? Put at a difficulty 8. What was your other question you had? I thought you had 3.
I don't remember what the third one was if I did.
Okay.
It was probably something more about like confirming. I don't remember a third one.
Okay.
Pretty much it for now. Anyone else have any ideas?
I do not.
We'll start small.
Yeah. Ask about Red Wren.
This is going to be a connect charisma check. But I will give you a +1 for all of the fantastic rolls, and also because Doug has Wanderer and is able to very easily slip from one party ship to another. They kind of take turns. Well, not take turns, but there are multiple ships acting as makeshift bars at a time.
Okay. I've got a 0-0, so why not add a 1?
Ooh.
7.
Is anybody able to assist him? Does anybody want to be at this bar scene where Doug is performing?
Yeah.
Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've got my leads. Now I'm just sating my own curiosity. Work's out of the way. Now I'm just having fun with asking questions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Who's there and who's kind of picking up on the curiosity that Doug is putting down? Nobody. All right. I will put an NPC with you because I want you to have.
Say that I feel like Nataria, maybe. Unless you want someone else in particular, like I don't know.
Yeah, Nataria works.
Axel, Maximus.
Nataria wouldn't get her proficiency bonus. She's not proficient at socializing. But if you
That's
get
fine.
I'm
not gonna really be put out if I don't succeed. This is pretty low stakes.
Okay. Then
it is pretty much just. Can I not pull up Nataria's sheet? It seems like I cannot.
Yeah. Why not?
I don't know.
Rolled for her before. Do you already have it open?
Do I? I don't think I do. Oh, I do.
You've minimized it.
I have so many I have so many little sheets open.
Anyways. I have done that so many times. That's why I immediately jumped to that.
I'm sure curiosity did kill the cat, but it's whatever.
She can take the same +1 mod that you're getting.
Okay.
No, she didn't need it.
Hey.
So there is some coincidence there that Red Wren is kind of a new player on the scene. There's she apparently while she was here, she had in the swarm hiding out from Captain Paris. That's all you needed. She did recruit a few mercenaries here, and in some of her pitch, she presented an interest in fighting against the what's becoming a monopoly of megacorps, holding power over local planetary governments, and generally being a authoritarian influence where they land. And she attracted a few recruits here and there in the swarm who were willing to help her escape from Galactic Mandate's pursuit, but she's still a new player in the space, so even though the ideals are attractive to a lot of these mercenary captains, she doesn't have the background or history for them to trust. That's why a lot of them are older, because they are more selective about who they get in bed with, or in fleet with, if we want to make it not bed like.
And fleet, yeah, sure, why not? Not a literal bed. I don't know why. That's a bear to take in whatever social political conflict management actually is. But do I start? The Red Wren was recruiting. Oh no! Do I keep following this rabbit hole? Does anyone else care?
I'll unpack that socio-political conflict management as me trying to find some way of saying politics on a sector-wide stage when galactic mandate isn't like automatically recognized as an authority everywhere. So that aptitude is intended to represent that she has some ability, or she's recognized for some ability to manage.
Navigate those.
Yeah, exactly.
The politics around conflict caused by not everyone respecting the same authority.
Yeah.
I don't know. That just sounds like a fancy way to say pirate. Operating in a lawless society. In fact, actually, that is pretty appropriate. Let's look at a lawless society. I mean, obviously with bigger factions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not gonna decline.
That's really what pirates are, right? It's just like except it's a bunch of smaller factions usually.
Mm-hmm.
Just a different scale.
Is a rabbit hole tempting anybody?
Yeah, I don't feel strongly enough about this to if no one else is actually interested in it. I don't feel like I don't need to get to the bottom of this if no one else is interested in it. Because we also got plenty of other stuff on our plate that we can do, especially depending on what the pilot results are.
Yeah, you really do.
Engine just really likes the numbers.
Yeah, I'm maybe getting a little distracted with the stats, but seriously, those rolls, like the ones that didn't get used are crap, and the ones that did are amazing.
The gap between before the reroll and after the rerolls.
Yeah, like put it this way: you can take the rolls that didn't get used and line them up in order, and then take the rolls that did get used and line them up in order. And if you just concatenate those two, they're already in order. That's how good the new set are compared to the old.
The question is,
the highest roll that didn't get used was a 4. The lowest that did was a 4.
What's the average if you put them all together? Like, do they average out?
They do average out 3.83. That's a little bit above average overall, because it would be 3.5. But yeah, they definitely skew hard, low, and high individually.
It all balances out.
Nox, did you want any clarification about the sauce?
I think it would take a little while. I've been kind of gone for a while.
Okay, gotcha. Then it all ends on Meowkin and Jackal.
I mean, I'm up for helping with the search and all that. I think I should be decent at assistant. I just want to know what the motivation for finding them is.
It literally is just curiosity.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying if I don't think it's an important rabbit hole to go down. If other people were interested, sure. But if no one else is actually interested in that, that's fine. I think we should go do some other stuff if I'm the only one that actually, is interested in the rabbit hole. There's no sense in us following the rabbit hole if it's only me. So we'll get back to finding the pilot.
Okay. Yeah.
I like I said, I got the information I need to confirm my theory, and I'm going to say that that's what's happening.
Cool. So,
which is that Red Wren is Abby Paris.
Are we gonna have the pilots available to us now, or?
No, I'm gonna prepare that over the week, and we'll have that next session.
Yep.
Okay.
Actually, if knowing that information is good for us because it's a point of leverage, it would actually be worthwhile to chase that down.
Yeah, hold on. Is one of the results Red Wren? Now that would be a twist.
Not enough is known about Red Wren to know if she is a legendary pilot, and Abby Paris was not.
Okay. Well, and since Abby Paris is Red Wren, we know that they're not.
Viral would be loving this. Alright, so Nox has mentioned that there is potentially leverage in being able to confirm that information. So it's not just curiosity. And I'm not trying to push you. I'm actually just looking for content to pad out the last 10 minutes.
For content. Yeah, if no one else has anything, I guess I can keep chasing this for at least while we're here in the Hollow. I don't know if we'll go to Zenthra. Actually, I'm trying to think what else we could actually ask though in this area that would actually get us closer to that without going to Zenthra. I mean, I guess asking if our news is like a month out of date too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, I mean, just asking around, like, is that ongoing siege? Is there any word about Abby Paris?
I also don't mind if you just want to leave it to general information. There is general information that you could pick up on some asking around. I just wanted to make sure you had the opportunity to answer a specific question, because it always sucks when the GM's like, roll a no check, and then they tell you everything but the one thing you wanted to know.
No, just general about the news.
Okay.
Like how that's shaken out, because presumably it could all be done and over with now, right?
It could all be done and over with, and the news just hasn't reached Hello yet.
Oh, okay, but Hello has not heard that it's done and over with.
Hello has not.
That. Because to be fair, we got that news back in Pana, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Hello has gotten that news. As far as
Hello should have had that news sooner.
They did. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As far as anyone knows right now, there's still a stalemate out there.
Okay, ongoing.
Mm-hmm. No news of an end to that stalemate has reached Holau or any planet or any system that you jumped to, and you jumped right next to them in Istro, so it's decently likely. Zenthra is also not a place that people with working black boxes travel in and out of as much. So it is entirely possible that things have ended and ships have left the zone, the system, and just not carried that news with them. But that's all speculative. Go ahead and roll for information gathering.
I don't think we're at the stage where I don't think that we need to expand our influence. I think is part of the issue. Oh, yeah, so just do another connect.
Yeah, you can do another connect.
1. Charisma.
Oh, that's fantastic, and hits the difficulty, well, +1. Hits the 10 I was looking for. So, I'm going to need one more skill check for this. If someone can think of a skill from someone other than Doug that would best represent gaining somebody's confidence. There is a
Work.
work. Actually, I would probably allow that. There's
I think that the best thing to gaining someone's confidence is to lie to them to their face without them realizing that you're lying to them to their face. So that way they're like, "Oh yeah, that sounds like a great idea, right?"
okay. I don't disagree with you. Of course, you might be lying to my face, but I believe it.
What are you talking about? I never lied to you. We're friends.
You lie to me all the time when you're running your game.
I have never lied to you once in my life. I swear on all that is holy. Scout's honor.
I don't believe you. Now make your roll.
Okay.
Well, it's not confidence you need to inspire, it's trust. And underwater basketball would definitely inspire trust.
Look, I got my degree from a place called Harvard.
just a little school off in the boonies.
Never heard of it.
Yeah. In rural Kentucky.
Yeah. All right. So are you looking to make a talk check then?
Yeah.
Go for it. You need a 10.
You need a 10. Is it a new scene?
I'd call it a new scene, yeah.
Woo! God. Oh! I saw the one show up.
Yeah, me too. So there's a little known rumor, and the reason that this took a little bit of confidencing is because the people that you can talk to and confirm this with don't really want to be associated with Halcyon disturbance. But there's this little rumor backed up by a couple of points of seemingly coincidental or circumstantial evidence of placement and timing, but it all looks fairly legit when you take multiple sources, different data, and put it all together. And they haven't talked to each other about it. It's like confirming to somebody else that you do some kind of illegal activity that is generally frowned upon. People just don't talk about it, so they don't find others like them. But you've found multiple sources that say that Red Red is actually Alice, leader of Halcyon Disturbance, or was until she became Red Red.
Halcyon Disturbance, eh?
Halcyon Disturbance is the terrorist organization responsible for blowing up. Oh, I can't remember the station, but it's the one that Griffin Cage was also involved in, that had the highest body count. Yes.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so,
I was kind of operating.
oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was operating on the assumption that Red Ren was Abby, though.
This doesn't preclude that.
I feel like someone with that aptitude, I feel like could actually be pretty useful in the future, especially if they're I don't know, having a pirate swarm would be a pretty useful resource.
Let me go to.
I don't think it's an angle that we need right now, but I think it's a really useful thing for the future. That's where I'm kind of at right now. But we've got other things to do because we're still kind of getting the ship together.
So one of the kind of inside things about Halcyon Disturbance is that They billed themselves as a rebel movement that opposed Galactic Mandate with motivations to expose Galactic Mandate's corruption.
Oh, yeah, no, that's Abby again. Yeah, it's definitely Abby. Dad works for the Galactic Mandate. Captain. Famous. Yeah. Yeah. Also, that would probably explain why, I don't know, the Galactic Mandate sieging a town on Kamiego hasn't concluded. Like, how else is that not concluded yet, right? How are they not? Like, they've got them on a, well, I guess cruisers can't land on planets, huh?
They're actually, the reason that they haven't been able to just swoop in is because apparently Captain Paris is following proper procedure. The Red Wren is taking haven on a what's the word? On a sovereign city on an ungoverned planet, which basically means that that city is its own government, and Galactic Mandate can't exert their authority without that city leader's, that government leader's permission and agreement. Seems like there's some inside knowledge of little-known laws there, and the other thing that's keeping Galactic Mandate at bay are the humanitarian works laws that are also very unknown, where the mercenaries associated with Red Wren are literally farming asteroids for ice for Dry Sun because the planet is dry and has very limited water. So they're doing humanitarian work, and the crimes associated with them are not high enough for them to be arrested.
Yeah, okay, so it's absolutely Abby then.
There seems to be some definite inside knowledge of Galactic Mandate workings.
And then also covering other humanitarian, that just sounds like, I don't know, the rich kid. I don't know.
And I'll add one more nail in the coffin for Abby Paris equals Red Wren. And oh shoot, I just lost it. Hang on. It'll come to me.
Oh wait, I guess Koana's also kind of on a Rumspringer, huh?
Just a little bit.
We should just collect them all.
Yeah.
Abby Paris at least isn't like 18 years old.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, she's essentially a college graduate, right?
But yeah. She went through the full academy and everything. What was the other thing I was gonna say? Damn it, I preambled too much and lost it. Oh, you can't preamble without ramble.
Preamble, rambly.
Yep.
Pre-ramble.
Oh, that was the other thing, is if this was just a case of a spike-jacked Galactic Mandate ship, yes, they'd be upset about it. But that's subjectively not enough to hold a Galactic Mandate squad or small fleet.
Yeah, it seems like it'd be too minor to involve Captain Paris personally, probably.
That too, yeah. The assets thrown at this problem are much greater than the crimes.
But also that could also be an indicator that Abby is dead or being held hostage too. So I will admit it may 100% not be Abby, but I'm going to choose to believe it's Abby.
It does kind of look like it could be, yeah.
All right, I've stretched us out far enough, and I think we're ready for our to end the